show action.
So you're saying just give them the tip? Nothing but the tip? Just the tip?
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Alright. Let's get these invites out the way.
You a cute cat.
She is.
You a cute cat, son.
She's still there right there chilling?
Cooling.
I have a reminder for Talon.
Yeah.
But one thing you about to stop doing, you're not gonna keep looking at me, sizing me like, for one, you new here. You new here. You look good. You look cute. You look like you should be on TV.
She over here looking at you like, I ain't seen you before. What the fuck you doing in my space?
Shit me.
Because she already started realizing like, yeah, this is kind of a place that I may freak and every once in a while.
Shit me.
I've gotten the exception pass to come around every once in a while.
Shit me. 2019, motherfucker. Where you been at?
What you saying? Me too on the cat movements too?
Shit. That's right. Lay your ass down.
You saying that your hands on bisexual and bestiality? They'll fuck up people. Oh my god. Why are you doing them like that?
Hey, she listen though. She laid her ass down.
No, she is obedient. Her name is Vertigo.
Vertigo. Love to
Or it could be
see.
Virgo, and I just call her Vertigo.
I got a feeling it's probably Virgo.
Okay.
I'm not sure why Shada would name her Vertigo instead of Virgo, if those were the two options for the names.
Alright. Let's take it back to since the Nets out here throwing on their old school jerseys and shit. Let's go on a throwback.
You just put that on. You just reminded me. I need that new New York City jersey. Oh, kid.
That shit is tough.
All black with the orange stripe. And look like it went back to the 90s look with it too.
Oh, that shit is tough.
Man, I need it. Where's wifey? I gotta text her what I want for Christmas. Shit, if you don't get it for me, I'll go get it my goddamn self. Chances are I probably won't find that shit down here. I doubt it. I might have luck if I go into that sports store in the mall with all the jerseys and shit. Maybe. But you know, that's Knicks. We in enemy territory.
Yeah.
So they're not about to support the squad like that. God bless. Blessings. Blessings from the right one.
That weed pound hit me. Listen, I got my homeboy when they open up the shit for the Miami joint. Like he's one of the first people in there. Like literally one of the first people in there. To the point where you know how they take a picture of the first people in there.
Oh,
they got a picture of him walking in there, like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Oh, you say my son there camping?
Yo, camping like Call of Duty.
Woo! Not like Call of Duty.
Like straight up COD.
Camping like college, like Clemson University students before a huge college football game.
He was out there.
Niggas be. I saw this shit. Wow. Niggas be out there with their whole tents camped out. This is not even for the game. This is to buy tickets for the goddamn game. With the tents and everything. Oh, you see?
I wish I cared about something that much. Alright, you know what?
Feel me?
Let's go ahead.
I'd be damned. This is why we have the internet.
You ready to peel back the curtain?
Let's peel back the curtain.
Okay.
Okay. Big man. You wanna hear some hot takes? Let's see how woke you are. You know something about podcasts? Dígame. You kidding me or what, man? I got these 3 drunk uncles with a sport podcast. They say they got fire takes, pure fuego. You find them wherever you listen to podcasts at. If it's what they say it is, you like and you subscribe. Listen, like, and subscribe, yeah. You know how to call into the show? Yeah, man.
You okay?
You're the podbean app.
Okay,
You need headphones.
Don't move,
A
don't
mic
move.
to call in. That's no problem.
It's your world. I'm just saying.
They'll also be at Sharpies.
Leave
At
that.
7 p.m. on the first Wednesdays of the month. You
No.
may get some free Blue Chew.
No.
And thank you. Proceed, so. If anything
That
happens in
work.
the sports world, MyT's gonna drop a take faster than a rabbit gets fucked. There's only 3 things I have in this world. My word, my balls, and this podcast.
Can't
And I
mess with
don't
that.
break them for nobody.
No. No messing with the strings.
MyT
I love you, but no.
Sports Season 7.
I know a little Asian family down the road. Don't make me call them. And don't tell your mom I said that. Okay, let's go ahead. Well, I think it's that time. Isn't it that time? Isn't this normally when we like say some like crazy shit to them like I'm back! I'm back! Welcome to the MyT Sports Podcast. I'm your host, the one and only Talon Taylor. I got my co-host with me, KJ the Quiet Storm. Hey, yo, KJ, say what's up to the people one time for the one time.
I guess I gotta match that energy that you just brought.
Oh yeah, the equipment is working. Yeah, the equipment is working. Yeah, Talon doesn't have to practically rip everything apart like Monday. Yeah.
Oh, man. But I did basically have to go back and rebuild everything from scratch. But it's okay though. We here. We back on the MyT Sports Podcast. It is another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world.
Unfortunately,
It is November 17th, 2021.
brother can't even get 60 degrees.
They said we were gonna have highs of 80, lows of 70. Current temperature right now at 9:13 at night is still 78 degrees.
Hate
We're
to
2
see
degrees away from our highest at 9 o'clock at night.
Hate to see it.
When the fuck we gonna get to 70?
Hate to see it. Can a brother get 65?
I thought did we get 65 very briefly?
Very
Like very
Come on now,
briefly,
you
like sometime earlier this week or last week?
Come on now.
Over the weekend or some
the,
shit?
the weather did us like a stripper, B. The weather did us like a stripper.
Oh, just flash
Just
titties,
tease it, just
and
flash
like-
titties
and then
play
didn't even
with
give us the full song, like
Not at all.
cut the
Not
4.5 minute
Not
song
at
down
all.
to 2 minutes and 15
Not at
seconds.
all.
And talking about that was part of one of your three songs with one of your 3 dances.
And you paid the motherfucker $100.
See, this is when you got to know the DJ, so he can know when you're going to the back, so that he can know when to play those full songs.
And he knows which 4 songs to play.
Exactly.
Play some long shit.
Listen,
Play
I
a
want
song that's 4
I'll
minutes
play
long.
that Joe Buttons for me. All I need is 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We trying to maximize our time here. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just like you're here on the MyT Sports Podcast, we're not gonna be here for a long time. We definitely gonna be here for a good time. Apparently, Thor is gone. Not from the Marvel universe, but out of New York, folks. Apparently, he's gone back to Asgard, or maybe he just went back to Hollywood. We got BK being smashed by the lone Splash brother. Is LeBron James done winning? Apparently, it's Flacco season, or Fluco season, or Flacco season, whatever his name is. It's Flacco season in New York. They decided to go away from that pure white, and it's now pure Flacco. That's how crazy shit is gotten. Of course, you know, folks, we stay with that Knicks talk. Whether it's in the light, whether it's in the dark, whether it's in the streets, whether it's in the park, whether it's in the gym.
And one segment, is the D gonna be strong and firm? Or is the D gonna come soft?
For real, because when you talking all that shit in the club at the middle of the night, you ready to take motherfuckers home. You've
And
made
then-
some big D expectations. And you gonna have to live up to them.
And if you don't,
We got Blue Chew for you. But
I'm not even sure Blue Chew could save them niggas if they don't live up to the hype.
Ooh.
Not even the whole fucking pack.
Listen, you'll get a star for effort. But that's about all you get. You know
1
what?
star, not 5.
Let's go ahead and start the podcast off with the way we like to start it. By showing our love to the peoples. Hey yo, DJ MyT, go ahead and drop that birthday beat. Yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. Check it. Hey yo, Shucks, if you don't mind, I want to be retarded with you for a second. Shucks.
Any moment, we'll be back with the beat. That part always fucks
Alright,
with
still gonna be
me.
retarded.
Oh,
Because I started doing something, right? I started doing something to the Shugs, and she has no clue what the fuck I've been doing. So I've been hitting her with the random. And she don't know what the hell I'm doing. So, yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. Check it, yeah, check it. Because it's your birthday. We say happy birthday. Check it, yeah, check it. Oh, you know what's missing? I just realized I told her, I'm not going to tell you what the hell I'm doing. You're going to have to record me, put me on social media, ask the world what the fuck is wrong with your mans, right? And then find out what the fuck I got going on in this crazy mind of mine. But I ain't sharing at all.
I need my drink.
Oh my god. Okay, you guys are lucky. Because I can't continue this segment. I can't continue this podcast without bringing the people on Instagram in, because I feel like they gotta see this. Like I feel like I'll be doing them a disservice if I didn't include them in this behind the scenery of my tomfoolery. Okay, here we go. One last time for the one time. One last time for the one time. So, yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. Check it. Because it's your birthday, we sing happy birthday. Check it. So let's talk.
I want to go home. I hate it here.
Yo.
No.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. So first birthday shout out goes to Tyler Golf. Right? To be honest with you, I can't remember who the fuck Tyler Golf was. But Tyler Golf is a homeboy from around the way. He used to party, you know what I mean, with us from here to there. You know what I mean, running to every once in a while. Still honestly, like, I'm trying to remember, but I ain't gonna continue here. Birthday I want to get to yesterday. It's my homegirl Tony. Tony, I am so sorry. I don't know how the hell I missed your goddamn birthday. Like, this is probably the only reason why I even feel. And you know what? I definitely need to make sure that I at least do the birthday, like, not do the birthday, but get the birthday shout-outs, right? And not shout-outs, but get the birthday tags done on Facebook. I didn't do that before the podcast. I told myself I wasn't going to do it, but now I feel like I need to, because I got my homegirl Tony, and it's her birthday, right? And Tony happens to be one of my homegirls from Indiana. And when I say, like, man, she lived across the street from another soldier I was stationed with. And when I said, like, we all became family, like, super quick, like, her daughter, she has a birthday with Darnell and Monica, you know what I mean? And also with the soldier that was across, I knew across the street or whatever. So it's crazy times or whatever. Like Tony is one of my aces. But when I first moved back to Florida, like, she was flying down here for like almost every year for the first 4 years. I wasn't paying a dime for it either, can I tell you? Like she met a couple of people down here that were a little infatuated by this little young woman from Indiana, and decided that they would pay for anything that she needed. Anytime that she wanted to come now, just go ahead and buy her trips upon trips. And
Lob the Obi.
let's just say, you know, one person buys a trip in January, another one buys a trip in April, another one buys a trip in July, another one buys a trip in November. You know, 4 different people, 4 trips a year. You do the math. It's mathematics. Go listen to Mos Def. He explains that shit.
Okay, that's exactly what I was thinking right there. Okay, you heard? Most definitely.
Oh my God! Another one of the most underrated rappers.
Oh my God, from Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn.
Bedford Stuyvesant.
Representing BK to the fullest, gas is pullers, bastards ducking when Big be clucking, when Big be bucking, chicken heads be clucking in my bedroom fucking.
It ain't nothing, you know, Big be handling with the Mac.
Mac order, act order, handling damaging MCs, oxygen they can't breathe. Mad chicks up my sleeve, wear boxes so my dick. Well, I started wearing boxes. Wear boxes so my dick can breathe through with the Q45 by my side. A lyrical, like, okay, let's stop before we get caught up on the rundown. you know how petty they be getting, right? So definitely had to say happy birthday to my homegirl Tony, because like Tony is when you said like when you meet a couple of real ones, like Tony is a real one. When I say real one, like if you tell Tony that you got beef, Tony will come pistol, like Tony will come like toting a pistol ready to come handle that beef with you. And she comes from a long line of gangsters. Like her mom was a gangster and her grandmother was a gangster. Her grandmother was busting a shotty at 4th of July at 97 years old kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like we talking about like, listen, don't fuck with this family. You fuck with this family, then you fuck with anybody in that family. You fuck with the whole family, and you're gonna lose some body parts when this chapter of this altercation is closed. like they don't come out losing in these things. They may come out relocated, but they never come out losing. Actually, you may be more forced to relocate, because that's one of those neighborhoods too. Ain't nobody talking to the police. Not at all. Not one bit. Everybody's their name is Bennett. Ain't it for shit. So, want to say happy birthday to Tyler. Want to say happy birthday to Tony. They had a birthday yesterday. Bring that birthday beat back up. How we gonna cut that so soon? And we also had birthdays today, right? Had a birthday for actually to two individuals that I worked with in Platinum Pro Wrestling, and that was one Ariel Dominguez and also Alberto Cortez. Right? So I want to say shout out to both of them, as both of them have continued to do their thing and move from the indie scenes to WWE's and AEW's farming system, so they eventually they'll get called up, and we'll eventually be seeing them on TV as well. So to Tyler and to Tony and to Ariel and to Alberto, I just want to say happy birthday. Hope you party hard, enjoy everything, regret nothing, and continue to stay MyT. Oh, I think that's how they do it. MyT. I'm gonna start walking in rooms like that. Watch the next time I walk up in Sharky's. Yo, it is on. It is so on. The next time I walk up in, the next time I walk up in any motherfucker. Stop. Pose. Flex. Lean with it. So, to Tyler, and to Tony, and to Ariel, and to Alberto. I look at Tony liking the link. Tony, you better be hopping on here pretty soon. I wish you all a happy birthday. We hope you party hard. Hope you enjoy everything. Hope you regret nothing, but more importantly, continue to stay MyT. Okay, I've had enough fun with this. Yo, DJ MyT, go ahead and cut that beat. Skirt, skirt. Oh, man. Alrighty. Alright, Rabbit. Back to reality. Oh, there goes Rabbit. Oh, there goes Savage. Right? Let's get back to reality for a little bit, right? Let's go ahead and get into our first topic of the day. Because you know how we like to start I like to start our podcast off. You know, we're big fans at her. So let's go ahead with our next talk. You know, actually, you know what? 1 second, please. I don't know if I can go there. Hey, yo. We're going to have to pump the brakes on that. Hold up. We're going to take a little bit of trip. We're going to take a little detour. And we ain't going to go to the city. We're going to have to take this trip down to the BK borough, folks. And when we thought shit was gonna get grit and grimy, apparently we ain't as grimy as we used to be. Cause apparently at the sign of silicone, we flake up.
Mm.
Oh, what the hell is that noise? Folks, we had a matchup in New York. Not in New York City or in Manhattan, and for you people, we had a matchup in Brooklyn. What some might have said is a future championship matchup. Whether it's a future championship matchup or a matchup of stars, I knew one thing was, I know one thing was definitely certain.
I was gonna be locked and loaded in front of my television.
That too. But you know what happened? Stephen Curry came out there and he said, you know what, I'm taking it back to the 80s. I'm going to cook up this rock in Brooklyn. Man, talking about Curry season.
Mm.
You are the
Curry
last dragon, the master of them
It was some
all.
curry goat, some curry shrimp,
Yo,
some curry chicken,
Curry rice,
curry, all of it.
It was
all of it,
official
man.
Curry season. And he came through with the full-blown menu, appetizers, entrees, super
Desserts.
salads, all of it.
All of it. Even with the damn cheesecake that they have for dessert, them. The red velvet cake, them in front of the store there.
Not this day. This day we had lemon meringue pie and we called it curry pie. Listen, you don't understand. Like, he scrambled these motherfuckers like eggs. You give me something else yellow I can name that he did to them. He literally hit them with the golden child. Like, he reminded us. And Golden State this year has been reminding us. Oh, they the ones. They the ones for real. For 2 years, y'all been over there keying, you know.
Keying and shit.
For 2 years, y'all been talking bad on my name. You know what I mean? For 2 years, y'all been having guys come out there talking about, well, you know, you know.
But take a guess who's the MVP front runner, motherfuckers?
Not the guy that's scoring the highest in the league, Mr. Kevin Durant. But no, the guy that has the best, what is this again? What is this? This is a team sport, right? They like to say. So, the guy that has the best team in the world, or in the league. And Golden State went in there, and as we said, right, Big D expectations. They went in there and they dropped some D on them.
Big D. Heavy D.
And every time they dropped that D on them, they made Kevin Durant look back and wonder.
Don't you regret not coming to the Knicks?
Yes. Yes.
Because the New York Knicks crowd, or the New York crowd, is a lot of things. We are disrespectful. But we are loyal. We're not a disloyal bunch. Not to our own.
We respect credit. We respect what you're doing on that court.
So, if you're on the New York Knicks, and you're the highest scoring player in the league, first of all, we're talking about you every day. That's number one. Look what just happened with Julius Randle. This is the difference. This is that slight difference, right? When people talk about, oh, listen, you're gonna go to New York, but there's a difference now we see when you go to the Knicks and you go to the Nets. There still is a difference with how you're talked about, how you're covered, how you're scrutinized. Maybe that's what Kevin Durant was really running from. As you guys see me doing some variation of the Running Man, I'm going to call it. I don't want to give it the real name yet. The old Running Man. My Running Man. That's what it bucks out. It gets again. I can't help myself. I cannot help myself. I'm telling you. I told her she will get this every single day until she records me and asks for help from her community. Until that happens, I'm gonna be a
Oh boy, she has no idea.
Guys, if you're listening on Podbean and trying to get it through the Blue Chew Get In hotline, this is really something that you have to see on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, or however you may watch the podcast at, because I'm definitely on one today. I am definitely on one today, and I'm barely on one.
For him to actually admit that he's on one, 'cause he's always on one. It's just a matter of how much on one he is.
Oh yeah, I'm really on one today. 'Cause this is probably one of the most ridiculous things that I'm conjuring up in my head. And it makes me laugh every single time. So based off of the sheer retardedness of it in my head, it won't make me stop. Which I'm gonna tell you what's gonna end up happening. I'm gonna do it so many times playfully that it's gonna really be built into my muscle memory. And it's probably gonna span over like 3-4 years, but I'm really gonna be entering rooms like that. Until I'm telling you, it may just last forever. Like at 80 years old, be like, hey, see if I still have it. I still got it. Look at this shit. Okay, somebody help me straighten up. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a microphone feed. I don't know what happens when the lights go on. I know the freaks come out at night when the lights come on. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Stephen Curry dropped 37.7 rebounds, 5 assists, a 12 for 19 shooting, 9 for 14 from the three-point shot, 64%. Basically, there was 3 shots that he made outside of those 3-pointers, and he was 3 for 5 from that. Stephen, sorry. Word off, Stephen Curry.
Word down.
Word off. What the fuck? Who am I thinking of? Is that the guy from Thou Shalt Not Pass? Is that him? Whatever. You guys already know how I am. Listen, you guys. Okay. You know what? I have to give myself a new nickname, and I think you guys won't mind. I may start calling myself the Butcher. Cause I really be fucking up people's names.
I was about to say, cause one thing you gonna do is go fuck up your name.
Like I'm really the Brooklyn Butcher. Like seriously. Like hey.
But one thing you can't be doing, you can't be fucking up great players' names. That's
Cause I never called him Wordell. That's why.
But when a man like that, dude, you gotta know that man first, middle, and last.
Wait, what was LeBron's middle name? See? I guess he ain't that great then. Hey, I'm just saying, these weren't my definition of greatness. I'm just saying it by your definition of greatness a while ago, of your last statement. You know, I'm fully reaching here. Fully reaching.
Fully. Any type of credibility. But I believe LeBron's middle name is Ramon.
Ramon?
Ramon.
LeBron James has a middle name like Ramon?
I believe so.
And we've never heard this or utilized this on the podcast? I am a little ashamed of myself. Because with a name like Ramon, I wish I would have known that when he was down here during the Miami era. Because that's all I would have called him. We don't got LeBron James down here. We got Ramon James. Wait, Ramon could still be in L.A.
Ramon.
Ramon.
R-A-Y-M-O-N-E.
Ramon. Okay. It makes sense. Because sometimes he acts like sensitive like a Ramon. Because I don't know a lot of tough Ray. Well, listen. We know about that one Ray in boxing, but you know, you name me a lot of Rays that you know in your life that are as tough as nails. They're a little bit more cold as ice, but they ain't tough as nails. Who knows what they were willing to sacrifice? But Shout out to MOP. Oh fuck. All right. As we talk about MOP,
Brownsville's finest.
Stephen Curry definitely went into Brooklyn and told these motherfuckers to ante up all day long. Yo, like yo, bitch run that, bitch run that, bitch run that. No Klay Thompson.
They flat out jacked them niggas for everything they had.
No Wiseman.
You had niggas from San Francisco come into your hood and jack you. God forbid.
You know, Knicks took that lead. Man, I'm telling you, they upset me.
They're whores.
The Knicks.
They're
but
whores. They're whores.
The fact
that this
their
game is
fight though.
close.
I mean, the fact that it's close to Orlando, but they're the dog in them. You can't help but love. That's the thing about it.
Because the dog in them is saying like, yo, we cannot lose 2 games at the crib to Orlando.
But can I tell you, as we sidetrack,
fuck shit out of here,
as
nigga.
we sidetrack a little bit, but not too far, right from Brooklyn. As we could have continued this with some New York basketball. Even though we're not gonna talk Knicks, I'm gonna talk about New York basketball in a weird way. J. Cole, or J. Cole, right? Not J. Cole.
J. Cole's a tool than me.
Cole Anthony. Sorry. Cole Jr. J. Cole. Junior Cole. Or Cole Anthony. Man, I really like me some Cole Anthony. Yo, his interview sometimes. Yo, that last interview he did. Yo, shout out to Mo Bamba. Shout out to this team.
His interviews, man, I'm like,
yo, shout out to the city. We really fought. Gang, gang. Birdman.
His interviews, I shake my head up like, these are supposed to be going down in Madison Square Garden.
Say it with your chest. Like, yo,
he was doing that, and all I was saying is, imagine if he did that in this.
Yo, the city would have went wild. Like, you already know what would have happened if he would have done that in the Garden. All day long. Motherfuckers would have went crazy. Just like how Kevin Durant was probably going crazy because, as I started saying, he goes to New York. If Stephen Curry and them is having this game in the Garden, while the New York Knicks are 3rd in the East and Kevin Durant is the highest scoring player in the league, Stephen Curry don't get MVP chance in Madison Square Garden. I'm a little ashamed they allowed that shit happen to Brooklyn, to be honest with you.
I know. All of a sudden I heard MVP. I'm like, wait a minute. KD got blown out and on the bench. Who you MVPing for? Who you doing that? This was a game that I was looking forward to watching. Honestly, not for nothing. This was probably the first NBA game that I was like, oh, I got to watch that shit. There were others I was like, oh, okay, that's a game tonight. Okay, I can sit down and watch that. Once I saw Warriors, I said, oh, nah. Whatever I got planned, cancel. I got to watch that shit tonight. This is between the 2 league MVP candidates right now, 1 and 2. I got to see this shit.
For those that are looking, this is my mini wine glass, by the way. Like, you know, I got a mini flask.
Don't believe him. That shit was full.
Oh no, I'm not saying the amount of wine that was in there. Yeah, that shit was definitely full. Listen, this is my. When I put out this cup, right? I usually put this cup out if I have a house party or something like that, like a birthday.
That's a pip cup, right?
Just
there.
know that usually, I usually don't need two of these. If I have a cup of this, I'm usually just walking around sipping this shit all day. Like nigga, you good? Like, yeah. I'm good. Probably had like 4 beers along with this, but I'm sipping this one. I'm like,
solid.
what you drinking? Like, don't worry about this.
Don't worry about this. This is my cup.
You
You know my saying. Don't worry about what the fuck is in my cup. What's in my cup is my goddamn business. Worry about what's not in your cup.
And do you know what's in Stephen Curry's cup?
Threes
And championship DNA.
and rings.
And they 100%
Bitch, Brooklyn last night.
Put on a show. Third quarter came around. I rewatched that game. Third quarter came around, and they D on a string, talking about D whenever you need it. D, yo, front way, back way, side way, yo, pun sing, pun stop, pun give a pun on a pun wall.
Right back, cocky there.
Position, hold up there, and go your butt up, hold up on it. Yo, any way they wanted it, they gave it to them.
How do you want it?
And Brooklyn had no answer. So
in the first half, they had answers.
they did.
Second half, I had somebody say, "Yo, is Brooklyn throwing this game, son? Because this is not the same." I'm like, "Yo, this could not be the same game that I watched first half." I watched first half. I'm thinking, "Oh yes, second half about to be a fucking classic, son. It's about to be one of the games of the year."
Oh shit! Hold on. Shugs. Loves you. Alright. Just had to get that one real quick. So,
some real coonery went down in Barclays last night. Some real coonery.
And the guy that
good rebound, boy.
Did he bust through another shoe? Why is he still down on the floor?
Good fight, boy.
Why is Mitchell Robinson still on the floor though?
Get your ass up.
Like, I'm sorry, this play was over for like 12 seconds. Look, yo,
See. It's that coonery.
I'm telling you right now, we need 5 big men on the team. We need 5 big men. Because Mitchell Robinson can't, unless we can find one healthy.
How you fall like that? That's your problem. You caused that.
He got no, he's naturally a klutz. You can see he's naturally a klutz.
Come on.
He got no, what I don't know what it is.
How the fuck do you fall like that? All right, J. Cole, relax, Suggs. All right, you a rookie. You know you don't get that shit. Relax.
But good effort though.
You a rookie on a bad team on the road in Madison Square. Boy, if you don't.
Hey, good effort. You know what I mean?
Anyway, back to the Knicks. Ball back to the Knicks, please.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna stay in Brooklyn for a little bit.
No. I meant like
ball back.
basketball.
Oh, but
Yeah.
sorry.
Ball.
That kind of ball. The actual ball. So no Klay Thompson in this game, and no Kyrie. Who makes the biggest impact when they return?
Oh, Klay. Absolutely Klay. Because Klay's impact, it's not going to be so drastic. Klay, it's like, okay, we have this chip here. This is
Yeah,
what
how
we
the
go
fuck-
through. Drop.
What the hell?
Yeah, you see that type of fall? Like, how you don't brace yourself?
How did you even fall though? Fuck bracing it. How did you fall?
Hey, come on.
Come on, get up.
Now, see, Mitch, that could have been your board right there, but your bitch ass had to fall. Yes, I'm calling you a bitch
And-
ass because I'm sick of you getting hurt, nigga. I'm sick of you getting hurt. I'm sick of it.
I'm sorry. You know what? There's 2 things I need. I'm about to start tweeting more about my frustrations. There's 2 things I'm gonna need to start happening more. I'm gonna need all big men, and I do mean all big men, to start going to visit the 2 people.
To be more fucking athletic.
Maybe 3, if you're in New York, right? But there's 2 to 3 people I'm gonna need all big men to go visit, and I'm adding in the 3rd one only because we're in New York. All big men need to go visit Akeem Olajuwon. That is one and a must. Secondly, I would like all big men to go visit Tim Duncan. And I'm gonna back up, because obviously, if you know sports, you already know why I'm saying Akeem Olajuwon. Tim Duncan's may not be so obvious, because there's something very specific I'm looking for. We all know about Akeem Olajuwon, his footwork, his paint, his post pivot, his counter to the counter to the counter, right? Just to understand foot placement. I think every big man should go to him still, to this day. I don't know why they stopped, but they still need to. Because Mitchell Robinson,
man.
because Mitchell Robinson it would be a beast if he had any kind of offensive game in the post, any kind of game in the post. But can I I tell you somewhere else he would be a beast in?
When is the last time you really seen a big man on the post?
Oh, it's Joel Embiid and Jokic, and that's why every year they're the two guys that we talk about for MVP when we talk about big men.
That's sad. That really is sad.
Because if you're not that, then you're basically a Rudy Gobert.
Nobody wants to post. Nobody wants to post.
Can I tell you the other?
And even those two, they do it reluctantly. It's not that they want to do it; they do it reluctantly.
Can you guess the reason?
Joel Embiid wants to turn around and face up immediately once he gets in the post. But go ahead, my fault, bro.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. Listen, I like when you rant. Listen, we're here for content.
Damn it, man.
I like when I can find that button. Pause. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, big pause.
Sports button.
Sports button. Sports button, people.
Can you guess if I want? So understand this. If I want footwork from Akeem Olajuwon, can you guess why I want big men to go to Tim Duncan?
For actually knowing what to do in the post or defense. Because Timmy D with the defense.
I'd rather send him to Denver Garnett a little bit. But you know what? I'm
right.
not going to change that.
You right.
And that's a good...
You right.
That's a good reason to send him there. Because they could probably learn mentality and
that
defense.
15-footer banker off the window, that bank shot.
Mitchell Robinson a while ago, we just saw something. Can I tell you what I want them to really learn from Tim Duncan?
How to fall.
When you get a rebound, hold the ball fucking high.
Hold it high, or stick your goddamn elbows out.
Out and high. Hold the ball out and high. You start out and you go high. And you finish up top. Because you know what happened if you had Akeem Olajuwon's footwork and you had to discipline Tim Duncan to get that ball high? You know what happens when you get that ball in the post? You know what the fuck to do because you can pivot, you'll move twice, and you'll bang it on somebody. Because you at least knew 2 basic fucking post moves. 2 basic fucking post moves. I'm not just yelling at Mitch. I'm yelling at Mitch. I'm yelling at Rudy Gobert. Listen, like all of them. Nelson, Marcus Camby. Sorry, I'm thinking about fucking. He's kind of still in the league somewhere. Tyson Chandler, Andre Drummond,
Dwight Howard.
I'm not gonna blame Dwight Howard. Has post game. He no longer utilizes it. He's one of the last big men of post. What?
Dwight Howard post game?
He has a better post game than everybody. Everybody we just mentioned, he has a better post game than.
I don't even have the energy to go into what you with Dwight Howard in the post game. If Dwight Howard had a legitimate post game, there would be no question in terms of him being left off that top 75. I guarantee you the motherfuckers who voted on that shit use that as part of the reason to keep him off that list.
So you saying he needs more of a post game?
Absolutely.
Because he has something of a. Okay,
but here's the thing:
the guys that we just mentioned, he has a much better post. He has a much better post.
My problem: he's another one that was just reluctant to do it for some reason, and he had less of a case to be reluctant because what outside a mid-range game did you have, my nigga? The bullshit post game that we saw from him was him couple dribbles back down and try to do that bullshit Georgetown hook shot, running hook.
Who's the best post person in the league right now?
It's got to be a guard. It's got to be a guard.
I'm going to tell you who it is, and you're passing him over, and he's very local.
Jimmy?
LaMarcus Aldridge. And the other one was here. Brook Lopez. Are probably the 2 best post players in the league right now.
And even Brook, for the way Milwaukee wants to play, he can't even post up as much as he would want to.
What did I say about Giannis? If Giannis Antetokounmpo had Brook Lopez's skill, he would be the best player in the league. Unstoppable, hands down. And I'm talking about Brook Lopez's skill set now because he could post, he could rebound, he can shoot the 3, he could defend. He doesn't have no fucking athleticism.
merge Giannis and Brook Lopez into one player.
You forget he was taking a Brooklyn team by himself to a goddamn playoff with that bum ass Derrick Williams is about to get knocked out this fucking weekend by Frank Gore. I can't. Hey yo, Bart Scott, please tell them about how anxious I am to see Derrick Williams get knocked out by Frank Gore. Nigga, sorry.
Can't wait.
Change the shit.
I just saw your hand go up and it made me look behind the curtain. Because you know I can't see half this shit. What the fuck just happened, B?
They're about to lose 2 home games to Orlando.
Deflection. Rose got the ball. Passes it. Right to somebody.
Orlando.
Alley-oop.
Orlando.
Finishes.
Orlando. Orlando.
Okay, so you know what? I guess we will have some Knicks talk. Something's gonna have to change for New York. Something's gonna have to change in their starting lineup.
Orlando. 2 home games to Orlando.
I'm gonna have to watch these last two games like really really
sick.
close.
I'm sick. I am sick.
So we have a 500 record now, right? Is that what we are now? 7-7 now?
It will be 8-7. I'm sick.
I'm really upset that Vegas was really right about us. How the fuck did Vegas? Because we shouldn't be 1 game above 500. Isn't that what Vegas had us at? Like about 1 game above 500? Like 43 wins, 42 wins, 42 wins, 42 and a half wins? And I'm over here talking about they're going to win 50? No, like this, they're going to win exactly 41 games, 42 games. They're fucking a 500 team right now. How the fuck we get rid of Alfred Payton? And we're doing worse. Oh my God, I'm about to cry.
Lose 2 home games to Orlando.
Where in the basketball almanac does it say that you lose Alfred Payton and Frank Ntilikina and you replace it with Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier and you get worse?
Foul him, nigga. Foul him. Foul him. Foul him. Foul him. Foul. 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 Oh my God. Turn. Oh, no. Nope. Knicks are not going to run my blood pressure high. Nope. Not in November. Week before Thanksgiving. No, thank you. Nope.
Look at this. Look, that was a foul right there. Yo, he fouled him in the backcourt. He even squinted. He even hit him in the eye.
Knicks not going to do it to me. Not going to do it to me.
Oh, Lord. This is
not going to do it to me. Not going to do it to me.
So, you know what? Fuck that. Let me deflect. Is LeBron James done winning championships? I heard this question. And I had to bring it here. Because 3-pointer, wide open, missed. Okay. Knicks lose 98, 104.
Is the great LeBron James done winning rings?
The great LeBron James, yes. Is he done winning
the
rings?
great LeBron Ramon James.
As the man, I would say, right? I still considered the man-ish. Because we know Anthony Davis played the man. He's too soft. I'm sorry.
Who?
Anthony Davis.
Oh, B.
Hey, I don't even know when he's going to take that shit up.
This bitch nigga, if this bitch nigga would just go play the fucking 5 and stay healthy.
I'm telling you right now.
Go play the fucking 5.
LeBron James will have a better time like mentoring Anthony Edwards.
Come on now.
And Buddy Hield.
Come on now. Cause goddamn. Anthony Davis just out here reminding me why he had no prosperity in New Orleans, kid.
Oh no, facts. Listen,
the more I
the bubble was the perfect scenario. Like
the more I watch AD play ball, the more he reminds me why he had no prosperity in New Orleans.
Can we not overlook the fact that the bubble was the perfect scenario, or the COVID year was the perfect year for them? Remember, Anthony Davis was already injured, damn near. He got months off, got healthy, ran a gauntlet that he had to be dragged through for his health. They had to drag him through for his health. Remember that shit? He was still basically injured. You were dragging him for it. Through it. Who's the hungry guy on this team that wants the ring? Unfortunately, it's Russ, and Russ ain't efficient. I love Russ, but Russ ain't efficient enough right now.
Russ and Melo.
They're the two hungry ones.
Other than that, everybody coasting. It's funny. I was once again. I was in my lovely group chat of my sports bettors, who were jacking the Bulls with the Lakers game. Lakers got it tonight. I said, nah. I literally called it. I said, and it was for completely different reasons. I'm like, bro, I paid attention to how DeMar DeRozan has been playing this year.
You mentioned something about him. I think you said he's your early.
No. Don't say he's my early MVP season pick or something like
early
that.
MVP candidate.
Oh, but
I'm not gonna misquote you. Calm down.
I had to make sure. Because sometimes you be trying to.
I wasn't gonna twist your words.
You be really doing me like I'm an actual athlete twisting my shit around. I had to make sure I jump on you early. I'm like, don't you dare. I said,
why are you making
top
it seem like
3
I'm the media?
candidate.
I ain't making it seem like I'm the media. Listen, an MVP candidate could be. Okay, let me ask you this: after, yes or no, at the end of the season when we saw all the numbers, will we consider Derrick Rose an MVP candidate?
This year?
Last year, after we
Last
saw
year.
the numbers, and based on what we saw come out, was Derrick Rose an MVP candidate? In your eyes, based on what we let me rephrase how I'm saying this specifically, because we know that his play and him coming off the bench would have made him an MVP candidate. But remember, he got the 2 fan votes, and in the voting he came up like 5th, right? In the MVP voting. So does finishing like 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th in the MVP voting make you an MVP candidate? Because if I'm looking at it like that, I can see DeMar DeRozan being an MVP candidate if he continues to play like he's playing right now, and his team continues to be.
Once we get past 5, I don't even care what's going on past 5 for MVP candidate. I don't care. I'm going off what I've been seeing.
Okay.
Because people want to jack Jokic and whatnot. I'm like, for one, you someone said the funniest shit. Said, nah, Jokic's not MVP candidate. He's a Russian terrorist. He out here knocking motherfuckers out, pushing them on the ground, and then his brothers back him. Nah, trust me, America not giving him no MVP.
You got Lakers, Milwaukee?
Yeah, that's one right now. It's probably over by now.
Got Sacramento, Minnesota. Ooh. I'm such a sucker for these small market teams, man. with no hope. Like I am just a sucker to watch. Hold a second. KJ is making a. Sorry, I had to pause for everybody that's not watching. I had to pause and make a face because KJ made a face.
Because my nigga Giannis, man.
Pulling up triple double. Okay, 22 rebounds. 22 rebounds. 17. Okay.
18 of 23 from the field.
Over under 15 rebounds.
47 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists in 36 minutes worth of work.
How many blocks?
1 block, 1 steal.
Damn, how many free throws he got?
8 of 11.
Making his free throws. You know what I mean?
3 of 4 from 3-point range. And this is with Middleton back now.
God. I'm telling you, that he has that championship. He has that championship confidence. He has that. He's that person you should never
He
give
been-
confidence to.
He been coasting. He been chilling. Actually been in and out with the injury. But boom, Lakers come to town. Oh no, I'm ready.
People told me I can't make free throws. I made my free throws tonight. And I'm a freaking champion. I made them and I'm supposed to make them.
What do you want?
Right,
Was that game
right.
over or was it still going on?
It's over. It's over.
Oh, okay.
Right now, he's
So
the,
who the fuck
right
is
now,
still got
right
going
now
on
he's
now?
a sleeping giant. It's like don't wake up the sleeping giant. Little Lakers coming to town. Oh, Lakers coming to town. Oh, I'm ready to play tonight. 47 on their bitch ass. 47, 3 or 4 from 3, 8 of 11 from the free throw line. Oh, hey, come on now.
What was the final score?
109, 102.
Okay. So
Only reason he's not up there with MVP talkers because Milwaukee's under 500.
True.
They're under
but
500,
the moment
and
they
plus
fix
he's
that-
missed games. And plus he's missed games. I put the Rose in top 3 because for one, I expected Chicago to be good, but I did not expect Chicago to be what they are right now.
Listen,
And
even-
I didn't expect DeMar to do what he's doing. But what DeMar doing right now? This is where Greg Popovich, you get a shout out. Because I tell you one thing, DeMar wasn't out there like this in Toronto. Nope, not like this. Not like this. Not like this. He's had moments in these games where it's like, give me the rock, let me hold it down. And he didn't have that in Toronto. But you go out there, coach with Popovich, you go learn a couple things.
Ooh, nice block.
And I definitely feel like he's applying that so far, and it's had a massive impact to that Bulls team, who most of these players are there. They only, to me, they only really added 2 players in the offseason. They added Lonzo Ball, obviously big signing, and DeMar.
Don't overlook the big AC. Alex Caruso.
He's nice, he's solid, but I'm focusing on DeMar right now.
Okay.
Focusing on DeMar DeRozan.
We only said they only sound like 2. Like I want to make it.
I just forgot him. I mean, you know, he's coming off the bench for a reason. But anyway, just focus on DeMar because it's just like they were looking good, and then they went to see the Warriors last week. They got that was another game that I was like,
Carmelo Anthony had 15 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Sorry, just saw that.
they still lost. It don't matter. You took the L.
Oh, fucking rat.
Took the L.
I can't stand Patrick Beverly for shit right anymore. I can't respect his game anymore. Like I can't respect his hustle. Like there's nothing about him I respect anymore. Like I'm sorry.
Because
Like, I'm not a big Chris Paul fan, but that shit he did with Chris Paul at the end of the series last year, out of nowhere for no reason, made me realize that he intentionally tries to hurt motherfuckers, and I can't respect him for shit. Makes me go back to look at Russell Westbrook shit. Maybe he intentionally went after his knee.
oh, he definitely did. He definitely did. Like that wasn't even him trying to hide that. He definitely did.
And then he did it. And then after Russell came back healthy, he did it again. Like I got no respect for Rat Beverly. Like his name not even Pat Bev, it's Rat Bev. He's Master Splinter's evil long lost son. So Golden State is balling the way that they're balling, right? And then obviously Milwaukee is balling the way that they're balling. And you have other distractions, right? I don't want to call them, I don't know if there's true contenders, but you have other teams that really want it. Denver, Utah, Clippers, right? And also with other teams in the East. When I asked this question about LeBron James not winning another chip, I'm looking at it because it looks like Golden State is fully is back to being focused on winning again, and they're not even fully reloaded. They're still doing this with one hand tied behind their back. Like that's the other part that makes this incredible. They're literally doing this with one hand tied behind their back, and an open cast on their foot with no Wiseman. Like you understand? Like Voltron can't even pull out their sword right now. And they're tagging niggas left and right. Like, they over here looking like, when you gonna send me the big boss? And this is all you got? Like, send me a challenge, somebody. Why won't you challenge me? Like... And now you have the teams in the East. We saw what Chicago just did to LA. We saw what Milwaukee just went and did to LA.
Notice how it's LA getting worked.
But we're gauging it because LA was the team that's talked about. So you know everybody is getting up for them. Who's the other Western team that you get up for outside of the Lakers and Golden State right now? Immediately.
Utah, Denver, Dallas. No.
And so without Kawhi, not the Clippers.
No. Portland need to get their shit together.
Exactly. Maybe Portland a little because
they're under 500. They don't even have the shit together. It's only a matter of time.
So
it's only a matter of time. Dang, trade. It's only a matter of time.
Speaking of trade, like when we gonna free Buddy Hield? I've been wanting Buddy Hield in either New York or a different place in California forever. At this point,
I give you a drink to that.
At this point, okay, you know what? No, I can't send him to. I can't send him to that.
Don't do it.
I can't send
you
him.
know you don't even say it because you know you regret it right away.
I'll send. I can.
No,
I
you do
I
not.
can't send him to
send him
Milwaukee.
to the Lakers. You do not want to send him to the Lakers.
I do want to send him to the Lakers. Only because I want Melo to get a ring. Then what's gonna happen then? Melo's gonna have to go to Golden State next year to get a ring?
All I know is that Lakers shit not looking sweet. Oh no, actually I take that back. The Lakers are looking sweet. Looking like sweet candy to these people they play.
Feeling. Playing the villain.
Sweeter,
you know
than barbecue, sweeter than barbecue chicken right now.
Real. So that's what I'm wondering because people aren't willing to say this, and I know that I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna sound like Max when he's talking about Tom Brady, but I think LeBron James is done. I think he's done winning. I think he's done winning championships, but also I think he's injury prone now, and people haven't really given it to him yet. Like these little bangers are really starting to keep him out of games now, and he's like these last 4 years of his 3 years of his career, he's missed a lot of games, and we're not tying him in because we're like, oh, he's the great LeBron James. We're giving him a lot of benefit of the doubt.
Because it's been 15, 16 years straight of him just.
But that's what happens. That's how it happens, though. You go strong for 15 years before your body breaks down normally. Like for somebody, when you do it that freakishly, that's what happens.
I'm just not gonna call him injury prone. All of a sudden, I feel like injury prone is something more like you come into this league as.
No. He's been injury prone these last 3 years.
I just can't do that because, like I said, the amount of basketball that man has played.
Okay,
from the Olympics to all these finals appearances and whatnot, I'm not gonna call him injury.
Okay, so when you hear injury prone, you hear it from the moment he came into the league, and that's why it's odd for you to swallow.
Absolutely, because I'm just like, dog. I've seen this dude have nasty ankle turns, plenty of times, at least one per year.
Okay, so how do you describe
these nasty ankle turns? Just tighten his shoes and keep it moving.
So how do you describe his health over the last 3 years then?
Man, hey, bro. Man, getting up there. Mileage.
Okay, so he's starting to get injury prone is what I'm trying to say then.
I'm not going there. You can go there if you want to.
Okay, so how do I describe it then? Help me. Okay, he's starting to get mileage? Well, everybody at his age starting to get mileage. His mileage is starting to lead to injuries.
Yeah, but here's the difference. Are these same people going to 10 straight finals?
But he ain't going to 10 straight finals anymore.
No.
Okay, we're looking forward now. You keep going backwards, though.
Come on. Don't be ignorant.
Okay, I'm trying to talk about I'm trying to judge him now of how his body is acting now.
His body is acting like that based off what he's done.
Okay, I get that.
Exactly.
But that doesn't stop
You
him.
would have a case if this was 5 years in his career and all
But
of
that
a
is.
sudden he's like
But that
this.
doesn't stop him from being injury prone suddenly. Okay, so what? So how do you describe it then? Give me the proper terminology. Because I'm lost for words then. Give me the proper terminology to describe what is currently happening to
Father Time is catching up.
Okay, Father Time is catching. That's a phrase.
And I just gave you a phrase.
Okay, so Father Time is catching up with LeBron James these last 3 years.
Father
Is
Time
that what you rather hear? That makes it feel better?
B, we attach injury prone with people who are not even on LeBron's level in the sport.
How does your skill level have to do with you being injury prone?
Are you kidding me?
Okay, injury. Okay, so I
kidding
think because injury prone can happen to you at any point in your career. You could have 10 years of not being injured, and then all of a sudden you become injury prone.
B, you do understand that the first couple of years of Steph Curry's career, he was calling him injury prone. Right?
Okay, he was injury prone for a window, and he bounced back. Can LeBron James bounce back from this injury prone window?
I do not put nothing past LeBron, B. I'm not the biggest LeBron fan. But if the nigga come out there healthy, I have no reason to count the nigga out.
Okay, because what you're saying is that because that's what I'm saying, because I'm calling it an injury prone window, and you're saying it's Father Time, so it's a combination of both. Can he bounce back from this injury prone window with Father Time catching up to him?
You want to see.
Because
the last individual that I doubted in terms of Father Time is still out there playing at 44 years
But
old.
was he injury prone then? Or was he did he have a slew of injuries that was constantly making him miss games?
A much more dangerous sport.
And was he missing games due to injury?
He's playing a much more dangerous sport.
But he wasn't though. Tom Brady wasn't missing a bunch of games due to injury.
I just said he was playing a much dangerous sport.
Exactly.
In terms of him being much more at risk. Bro, he's a 44. All it takes is one good hit.
That's what I'm saying.
I saw one good hit put a Hall of Fame quarterback out his career in Steve Young, and he was perfectly fine.
So that's
he
what
took
I'm agreeing
one
with
good hit, and he had to retire.
Tom Brady, he hasn't missed consistently year after year after year now. Time due to injuries. And he's playing a much more violent sport.
It's
LeBron James.
Injury thing. It's not an injury thing with me when it comes to LeBron James. It's more like you have to show me that even while you're healthy, you just can't do it no more. Until I get there with him, I'm not doubting that man, bro. I'm not doubting him.
But
in terms of winning another ring, now that's a different conversation. But in terms of him being productive at all-star level on a basketball court with how he takes care of his body, I'm not doubting that man, bro. I'm not doubting all-time greats with all the research that's out here and all the new technologies and ways to handle these injuries and whatnot. I'm not doing that. I'm not being that ignorant. I refuse. It's when you've done the amount of work that at least those two guys have done.
Which two guys?
You deserve benefit of the doubt. You deserve benefit of the doubt. Yes, go ahead and play how Tom Brady's a fucking bitch. Go ahead.
You said it for me. Thank you.
Go ahead.
You said it.
Go ahead.
It's okay. I'm glad you told us how you feel about Tom Brady.
I mean, you was already scrolling through. As soon as I said it,
it's okay. You already said.
Go ahead. Waste our time with that vibe. Hurry, go on. Get it up.
So
get it up. Drop it. Hurry up. Drop it.
You want everybody to know how you feel about Tom Brady? Okay. I mean, I got you. I mean.
Go ahead. Drop it.
I'm from New York, and you know what? Tom Brady's a fucking bitch.
Anyway, now that we got that crap out the way.
You said it.
Anyway, now that we got that crap out the way, when you put in the amount of work that those two individuals have put in, or people who are on that type of level, it doesn't even have to be those two. It could be Rodgers. It could be even Mahomes in a short period of time. It can be KD. It can be Steph. Who else? Guys like that. When you put in the type of work and the amount of greatness they put in, I'm not letting a couple years of of you kept getting injured, especially one of those injuries was a dude flat out falling on the guy's leg. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, goddamn.
How about injury
Show
riddled?
me once you come back that you just can't do it no more, and then I'll question you. But until we get to that point, I'm not doubting that.
But what if they don't get to the point where it's not the fact that they can't do it anymore when they're on the court, it's just the fact they just can't stay on the court to be able to do it anymore. Because that's when also people start having a problem.
Once
You no
again.
longer get that availability from you. We're starting to lack LeBron James availability. Now, you don't want to use injury prone, but how about injury riddled? These last 3 years in LA, he's been really injury riddled.
I still don't like it, especially when, like I said, just this past year, his most recent injury, somebody fell on the man's leg.
But
Somebody fell on the man's leg while he's reaching for a loose ball.
What did you say LeBron James used to do before?
Nobody was falling on his leg.
But 10 years ago,
nobody was
LeBron
falling
James
on his
would tighten up
leg.
his
Nobody was falling on his leg like that. Plus his ankle injuries, the ankle was turning out. When this individual fell on his leg, the ankle turns in, which is more severe.
I understand what you're saying, but now his injuries are starting to add up.
Listen, I get it. You
I
don't like
It has
LeBron.
nothing
You
to
want
do-
every opportunity
No,
to
it has no-
shortchange him.
it has
I
nothing to do
get
with-
it. I'm just not
Okay.
gonna be that guy. I'm
Is-
not gonna be that guy until you show me you can't do it no more.
Okay.
I have no reason to doubt your greatness. I do not. And I will not do that. I will not be that ignorant of a basketball fan.
So I have a question for you. Is Mitchell Robinson injury prone?
He's a different case. What level of greatness has he put out there?
That's not injury prone. Doesn't have to do with your level of greatness.
Yes,
Is he
oh
riddled?
my
Is he
God.
riddled with injuries? So you don't want to use since the word injury prone just sets you off to you, so you can't answer a question, right? So you need to bring the great. Is Mitchell Robinson prone with?
How dare you compare Mitchell Robinson to
I'm
LeBron
not comparing
James?
them. I'm asking you a
We're
question.
talking about LeBron, and then you ask me a question about Mitchell Robinson with his injuries. He's come into this shit with injury problems. And has he done anything to rectify it? Has he done anything to change it?
Okay, so what I'm asking you is that
We just saw this man just fall weird as fuck and then holding his thigh as he's walking over to the bench.
So some injuries, what you get is just freakish accidents sometimes.
Oh, now it's freakish accidents. When I was just explaining the LeBron injury, you weren't hearing that.
That's why I'm getting back to that, because I'm actually partly agreeing with you, but I'm trying to also bring something else into light. So, if some people have enough freakish accidents, do they not just sort of like, you know what, you just can't stop falling, find a way to get injured now. You get considered injury prone. Like, I know some of these ain't your fault, but for some odd reason, you can't stay healthy anymore. And LeBron James is starting to get to that point where he's having a hard time staying healthy on a consistent basis. I know the way that you look at his greatness, you don't want to consider it, but he's missing games. Is he not missing games?
My thing is we watched from 2003.
That is great.
Oh my God, let me fucking finish. We watched from 2003 up to 2018 with the groin injury in which he came back from. And then the next year, they get to the fucking championship. He wasn't missing games the next year. That next year.
You talking about the COVID year?
Not like that.
You talking about the COVID year? You mean the short year that they had a big ass rest and then he came back again for a short period?
But before the big ass rest, was LeBron missing crazy games like that?
I've said in his last 3 years since he's been in LA. I'm talking about this time frame.
You did not. Now you're ducking my question.
Okay, what's that?
Ducking my question. I just asked you before the 4-month break. Did he miss a whole bunch of games that year?
Before
the
early in that
COVID
season?
break.
No,
not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Because he was top 2 league MVP.
But then he missed games that season after that.
B.
Okay. So what I'm saying, he's
No,
missing.
I think he did, because didn't he miss a bunch of games? Didn't he sprain his ankle or something at a very convenient time? Like,
You talking about last year? You talking about last year?
Not the COVID year.
You're not talking about
Okay.
the COVID year.
no.
So I
His
get
first year in
So
LA.
my big problem is like it just comes off like you're talking about this man like he's chopped liver now.
No,
like,
but I'm not saying that he's chopped liver.
Like, B, I've seen a track record of 16 years of this dude being fine, and you want to Jack Mitchell Robinson? This nigga's coming into the league
because I just want to show, because sometimes if people have freakish accidents, enough freakish accidents can deem you injury prone because for some reason you can't stay healthy. Now you think I'm calling him chopped liver because of how you think I feel about LeBron James. So you're putting feelings into my words, and I'm not trying to put feelings into my words. I'm just trying to point out, since he's been in LA, he's missed more games than he's missed his whole entire career.
And all I'm saying is, yo.
So after a while, it starts to become a pattern.
And all I'm saying is, yo, keep showing me that that's the case. Keep showing me that's the case. I'm not going to. I'm not going to get on that man and tell him he's injury prone. This, that, and the third. When I've seen a track record that tells me completely opposite, and I've seen a complete level of greatness. I've seen a level of greatness that anything I see from LeBron James in the regular season that I don't give a fuck about.
Now you
I can't judge that man on November.
Now you understand how
December.
Okay, well, I'm judging his availability for the whole entire
in
season.
November.
It don't matter. He's starting to miss
the best availability
games.
is availability.
Oh, shut up.
So it goes back to how I started this. How I started this soliloquy. I'm gonna be a little bit Max Kellerman here by saying this because I'm jumping early by seeing a pattern that since he's been in LA, he's had a problem staying on the court. Regardless of how freakish of an accident, it keeps happening. And apparently, after a while, random patterns or random things start becoming a pattern.
And I'm gonna be the guy who says, you know what?
And just think about it.
Keep showing me.
And still, that's the thing. These are now injuries that he has to starting to recover from. Now these are things that he's gonna have to start tailoring to. I'm just saying, LeBron James
We can't forget he's 36.
Now also, I'm not disagreeing with you, KJ. You do still have to see it. What I'm doing, I'm foreshadowing a little bit. I'm preparing people. If you start seeing LeBron James start falling off and missing a bunch of games, don't be surprised. He's starting to display a pattern of missing games. You're not ready to tie it in yet? I'm tying it in. I'm tying it in early. He has a pattern. Like in the military, you could have a bunch of stuff that isn't connected, and then all of a sudden they kick you out for patterns for conduct detrimental to the military, and they tie in a whole bunch of stuff that isn't connected. These are a whole bunch of injuries. But at his age, you have to start wondering about this because you know what? He's getting to an age where you know what? These little bangs and these little bruises and these little nicks, they really start to add up. They start to take their toll. And if he started to miss games already, what's to expect? What's to think that, you know what? He may not start to miss more games because he's older. If this was the younger LeBron James, like, oh no, he's walking all these shits off. But he's getting older. He's done everything he can to look phenomenal up to this point. But eventually...
If we're talking regular season strictly, even the games that he does play, he doesn't play half the game.
And like you said, KJ, like eventually Father Time catches up to everybody. I'm pointing out that Father Time may be here hitting him, and that's the reason why he's missing all these games. But he's no longer this invincible 2%, body fat stud that don't miss games or like to pretend like he didn't miss games because he used to miss games all the time and get a lot of scrutiny for his load management early, and all of a sudden he started trying to come out talking about I don't miss games. Fuck out of here! You've been missing games your whole life. KJ, you pouting still?
Huh?
See.
I mean, there's only a certain level of ignorance I can keep responding to.
So who's your early NBA final predictions?
Way too early. I'm not going that far. I'm not. Cause I don't want to be what's it called? With the wave of everybody saying Warriors.
Well, however you felt. However you felt at the beginning of the season, that's still how you feel. Then express that. Now listen, remember we produce content here, and nobody's gonna hold you. You're not gonna be held to a court of law. But this is an early ass. That's what I'm saying. Who's your early prediction? Like if you had to say now, based on how teams are looking.
I
Who's
need,
your early?
I need 5 because you got me riled up.
It's okay.
That I actually had to defend LeBron James.
You can
I
have
need
you
5.
can pick 6 teams. You can pick 3 from the East and 3 from the
I,
West.
when I said I need 5 minutes. You
Oh.
actually got me riled up that I had to defend LeBron James on this shit like that. I need 5.
Listen, man, I'm calling it early. I'm willing to do the Max Kellerman, and I'm willing to go on the limb early
That's why
and say that
Max.
and say that LeBron James is starting to get injury prone, and he may be starting to fall off of that cliff. He's on that decline injury wise, and he still may get some rings due to extending his career, like some bench play and other extended play. But this as the man, but see, it's one of the things that I'm and ironically, right, to really let you guys know on why this is even so big on my radar, because LeBron James's games played and productivity of about 20 to 25 points per game is directly tied into how long it's going to take him to possibly break the all-time scoring record. If you guys flash back to the beginning,
Did we talk about this a couple weeks ago? Talking about like every season he's like 27, 7,
Yeah,
7,
no,
26, 7, 7,
we
27, 7, 8.
we did, and I did this math 5 years ago in like the first season of the podcast, and I explained to people then that hey, if LeBron James plays a good 5-6 solid years of averaging 25 points per game, he's gonna break the all-time scoring record unless he starts to get injured, and we start seeing a reduction in his minutes or reduction in his games played, because it doesn't take a lot of games missed for it to all of a sudden go from 5 seasons to 6 seasons, and from 6 seasons to 7 seasons, and it doesn't take a lot of points to go from 7 seasons to 8. You know what I mean? Because he was, believe it or not, 5 years ago. Let me see, what season are we on the podcast? We want to be on season 7 of the podcast. So 6 years ago, he was on pace to break the all-time record in about 5 years. Maybe it was like in season 2. In the first 2 seasons of the podcast, I did the math. He was really on pace to break it in 5 years. The only thing that was going to stop him, and that was if he played 82 games for 5 years. Anything less than 82 games, obviously, extended it. And right now, we're starting to see the extension of him chasing that all-time scoring record. Where if LeBron James isn't playing 82 games and putting up 27, 25 points, then we're going to start seeing him linger and linger and linger. And how long is LeBron James going to linger, especially if he's already missing this many games? Right now he's 2,881 points. That's only a season, if I'm not mistaken, right? Isn't that only basically a season of 27 points per game?
Be a little over. That's a season if he's averaging like 36.
Oh, is that a season of 36?
Season.
Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been 2K'ing a little too much. Wait, is that really that high? Okay, so let's see here. So let's see. Right now he's okay, and we're about 12 games into this season. Right, so
2081 divided by 70 is 41.
So that's how. So he'll have to get 41 points per game if you try to break that this season. Well, we know that shit ain't happening, right? So let's do it by let's do it by 25 points per game, right? It will take him 115 games to break the all-time scoring record if he averages basically 25 points per game for the next 115 games. Or basically he'll do it in his 116th game. So we're talking this whole season that has 70 games in it and halfway through next season. But he has to play with 70 games of this season, which now we're talking about when is he gonna. Okay, so let's start doing this, right? Because I guess we're gonna have to start this watch, right, and really start this watch. The LeBron James watch of breaking the all-time scoring record. He basically, we're talking about 115 games away. We're talking about a season and a half away. Or if he doesn't play all of this season, which we probably don't expect him to, then he's going to be doing this possibly by the end of next season? Is that what we're saying?
Let me ask you, I think the answer is no. If he breaks the record, does he become GOAT?
if he breaks the record, there are gonna be a lot of people that thought of Michael Jordan as the GOAT that it may sway them to saying that LeBron James is now the GOAT. If he does that and gets another ring, definitely. If he gets 5 rings, and see, I used to ask people this, right? Because, okay, let me ask you this, right? And I've asked people this several times. If LeBron James becomes the all-time scoring leader, is top 5 in assists, and has 5 rings, do you push him over Jordan then? For everybody that doesn't have him over Jordan now.
I think he needs 6.
Do you hear what I said? Top 5 all-time in assist. Number 1 all-time in scoring. And he has 5 rings. And you say he still would need 6?
I think about the teams he played on to get those rings. Kyrie, Kevin Love.
I see
Wade
you,
Bosh.
Ron.
Jordan had Pippen, but there was no third star on those teams.
And listen, and Pippen was better than Jordan. If you let Pippen tell it.
I don't think that LeBron would ever surpass Michael Jordan.
Never.
He's jumped from team to team to get those rings. He hasn't stayed put like Michael Jordan. So regardless of him breaking a scoring record of all time or even the top 5 assists, I still would never put him over Michael Jordan. Sorry.
That'll never happen. Never.
Did you hear the scenario what I said?
Me, I don't care.
I heard exactly what you
I don't
said,
care.
but-
No. I was talking to KJ. KJ just walked back into the room.
I don't care what scenario you just laid out there. Jordan.
Top
Listen,
3 in assists all time.
I don't care.
Number 1 all time scoring.
I don't care.
5 rings.
Do you not hear the words that are coming out of my goddamn mouth?
7 rings.
I would
I don't
never
give a
put
fuck.
I would
8
never
rings?
put
7,
Michael Jordan.
8, and how many tries?
9 rings.
And how many tries?
20.
We already 4
That's the
and 6.
thing, though. I think that's a detriment. I think that's
4 and
actually
6.
a compliment to LeBron. I think that's the amount of finals he's made. I think
Okay.
people view that as
Okay.
4 and 6.
Okay.
Yeah, but he made it 10 times.
So he's not Jordan. He can't surpass Jordan. So if he gets 5 rings,
No.
number 1 scoring all time,
No.
top 5 in all time assists,
No.
does he surpass Kobe?
No.
I still would put him over Kobe. No. I would still keep
I think he's
Kobe.
above Kobe today. I love Kobe, but
SB, you have never said anything more ridiculous than that ever in the podcast. I'm sorry.
I would never put LeBron James over Kobe.
So
You
LeBron
think?
James could never surpass 3rd in the greatness of all time wingmen. Then for you guys right now, he can never surpass Michael. He can never surpass Kobe. Is that 1 and 2 of all time wingmen in your books?
You talking to the
What'd you say? Say that again.
Is Kobe and Jordan number 1 and 2 of all time wingmen?
You talking to the wrong individual. You really are.
Well, I'm asking you a question for context, though. I still need to talk.
I'm not yelling on the podcast.
I don't want you to yell. I just want you to
No.
respond.
You're poking
No,
buttons.
I'm not poking. I'm asking for a response.
Because
I'm
you
asking the
know-
room.
You know the Kobe fan that I am, and you're playing that, and I'm not falling for it.
Jesus, why do you think everything is a fucking trap? I'm just trying to engage conversation here.
You got 2 other people engaged
Okay,
in conversation.
I'm asking all of you, but I'm looking at you, and
so
but you're
look, so look at the.
but you're the only one I can directly like interact with. So okay, I'm making a statement. So to you guys, right? I see what you're saying. So Jordan and Kobe is basically 1 and 2 as wingmen for you guys, right? All time. Is
Yes.
that okay?
Creme de la creme.
how do we call Braun a wingman?
I'm gonna put him in that category.
For one, he plays a completely different position than them 2.
You don't consider him a
I was
wingman?
gonna say
Are you serious?
Braun's a
LeBron
center.
is the
Braun's a-
modern day Magic. That's the
small
motherfucking problem that I keep having with everybody. Bro, stop fucking putting that man in that category with Jordan and Kobe. He don't play like them.
So you put him in the playmaking category.
Yes.
So where is
Even what
playmaker-
Jalen
a
Rose said a
playmaker
couple
who
years
can
ago about
score.
how positions were created so novices could follow the game of basketball.
Okay. So in just greatness period, he'll never surpass Michael and Kobe.
Come on, man.
No. Okay, wait. I'm just
man.
okay. Just answer the question.
Go
Okay.
put fucking
Wait a
81.
wait a minute.
Go put fucking 81 and 55 in the second
Don't-
half, and then come holler at me, man.
Just follow me.
I'm
Don't be-
answering the goddamn fucking question. I just told you. Go put 81 and 55 in the second half, and then come holler at me.
Okay. Is
Speaking of Joe Rose.
is LeBron James the bona fide number 3 then? Is there anybody number 3? Oh, is that LeBron?
I will give LeBron number 3. That's fair.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I got
That's what I'm trying to figure out. If we
LeBron.
got Michael and Kobe supplanting at number 1 and 2, I'm now trying to figure out who's third. Is LeBron James now our bona fide third? Is there anybody else throughout? Do we give Allen Iverson the number 3 spot?
No, you at least gotta win one ring to
No,
get up.
we
in
can
this
get
shit.
Okay, so because now I'm trying to figure out who locks down the 3 spot.
I love AI.
So
He
Magic,
represented
no.
Philadelphia. Ooh, Magic.
I got Braun over Kobe.
We've heard you say this, SB, and I'm trying. Listen, you know what, KJ? You keep thinking I'm over here trying to trigger you, and yet he keeps saying this shit, and I'm really over here just trying to like figure out shit.
He's
for
responding to the question that you jacked.
Fair enough.
I keep saying it, you keep saying it. So we're all in agreement that Kobe's over Braun. I'm like, no, I don't have it. You're like, so we're all in agreement.
SB's only saying that because you jacked the motherfucking question.
My bad. It's not. It keeps not registered.
You thought you had a point there, but you did not.
No. Because okay, so in SB's eyes, LBJ is the number 2.
Kudos
and
for
Kobe.
him. I'm sorry. 2011.
Listen,
I can't forgive you.
I
for
don't
that.
agree with SB either.
I can't forgive you. For
I
that.
don't agree with him
Jason
either.
Terry, JJ Barea blocking you up. No. Fuck out of here for that. Fuck out of here. All the way the fuck out of here.
What is Stephen Curry for?
Not coming through both of the years where it should have been Lakers Cavs in the finals, folding both times.
I
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of
I
here.
countered KJ's argument with, this is my favorite NBA game of all time. Game 7, 2010, Lakers Celtics. Kobe shot like 8 for 29 or some shit, and they won that game. But if you want to talk about getting locked up by Terry and Dirk,
You know what? Though I'm sorry. There was it was kind of different basketball back then. There was a thing called volume shooters, and volume shooters were highlighted and praised until they forced them to all be more efficient.
SB, you would have had a point if Kobe went out and just did not shoot the ball and they won that game.
Yeah.
Kobe went out playing how he typically played.
and he made the plays to win the game.
LeBron, I got literally a full game in that same season that you're jacking in Game 5 in Cleveland against that same Boston Celtics team where the man was flat out scared to shoot the goddamn ball.
And he folded against Dallas too. And Kobe ain't
Like, come
folded.
on now.
That's it. Like
One thing about Kobe,
just
if Kobe gonna lose,
I just bring up
Kobe
that game because I want
Kobe's
my
going
favorite
out his
athlete
way.
of all time, Meta World Peace, to get some credit for what he did.
yes,
Oh,
Meta dropped the dagger.
Listen,
Meta
Meta was
dropped the dagger in that heart.
Kobe gave me the ball. Kobe never gives me the ball.
Meta was listen.
Meta
Meta
dropped the
World
dagger.
Peace was LeBron James before LeBron James.
He truly was, man. Before that Malice bullshit, he was
Like he was that small
defensive player of the year,
forward.
top 5
That
MVP.
yo, offensive player, defensive player. Brought the ball up. Like listen, took on all the assignments. And if listen, I wish LeBron James had the mentality of Meta World Peace. God damn, he probably would have won 8 of 10 rings. Like shit, yo, oh my god.
You got me on Twitter, too. My Twitter and my Instagram. Well, my Instagram's gone now, but I have branded World Peace named after my guy Meta. Like that's my hero.
End of the day, for me, dog.
Okay.
There's 3 NBA seasons I'll never forgive LeBron James for. I'll never forgive him for folding against Dallas. I'll never forgive him for not coming through against Orlando. I'll never forgive him for folding against the Celtics. Those last 2 years, what was all the talk about? We need to see this LeBron versus Kobe thing to settle this shit once and for all. Kobe did his part in getting them there. Your boy didn't do his part. Your boy didn't do his part.
I was just gonna say, how
You know who did his part?
how disappointed do you
Kevin
think
Garnett did
Kobe
his part.
was? How disappointed do you think Kobe was in that 2009 East Finals? Like, salivating for that matchup against Braun. It didn't get it.
Wait, disappointed in terms of what?
That he didn't get
I
the
think
matchup against
Kobe really wanted to. I think he
Of
really
course-
wanted that finals matchup.
Of course,
against Braun.
Kobe wanted that shit with Braun. It's like, okay, we about to settle this motherfucking shit once and for all. Once and for all.
So then you go
Like,
check
I
him.
mean, the way Cole played in the playoffs indicated that he wanted that. Are you serious? The series against Denver? Oh, what? What? Melo up and coming. Kobe is like, yo, Mel, I know you balling right now, but yo, I'm seeing niggas. I got bigger shit to worry about than you right now. Sat Melo down immediately. Melo came out with the first 2 games, did his thing, but after that, there was a reason why Melo wasn't on. And I love Melo. Melo's my second favorite player. Kobe showed Melo like, hey, you know, you still got shit that you need to learn with this playoffs, Western Conference Finals shit.
I was so rooting for Melo that year, man.
Dog, I love
That-
that. That series hurt me.
favorite Kobe
That
quote,
series
though.
hurt me. The fact that I had to root against Melo. That series hurt me.
I was
son.
really rooting for Melo
But
that
B,
year.
when Kobe dropped
J.R. Smith
when-
and oh my
B,
god.
Chauncey,
I just wish he had,
Phillips.
again, just like Allen Iverson, I wish he would have had them guys younger. Man.
Listen, dog. Listen, man. Listen, son. B.
The big
When
shot.
Kobe dropped that game shut down 3 in game 3, when people for some reason had a feeling that the Denver Nuggets was gonna win that shit, and Kobe dropped that 3 and had that look on his face after that 3 and that he dropped in JRI with less than a minute left, I said, oh yeah. At that moment right there, I remember being 16 years old, literally like this. Over. Give them the trophy right now. Because that man right there is not losing to nobody. I don't give a fuck who's in front of him. He's not losing. He's
My
not
favorite
fucking
Kobe quote
losing.
of all time that made the rounds after he passed was that when they went up 2-0 in Orlando in the finals. Thought you'd be happier, Kobe. You're up 2-0. I said, you'd be happy.
Job not
Job ain't
done.
finished.
Yo.
Job finished? I don't think so.
Job's not finished. Come on now.
As you're saying that, you know what that reminds me of? Probably one of my favorite Kobe stories that's told by one of the folk New York Knicks heroes of recent, and that is, we'll pull up his little story for you guys. You got some of you guys probably heard this, but I'm gonna have to just replay this because, like I said, it's a funny ass story, and it is one of my favorite stories to hear. We're gonna dissect it after this because what you're saying about him against J.R. Smith and that thing is gonna kind of relate to just basically what we already know about Kobe and some of that, you know, what they like to call, you know, that Mamba mentality. But here we go. Listen to this clip.
I guarded Kobe in the Garden, which I can't remember how much he had, but I know I had multiple steals against him. To where in the game, in my head, all I'm thinking of is when I have this conversation with my brother after the game, how I'm gonna tell him how I stole the ball from Kobe, how I stripped Kobe before he was going to take a shot, how I drove by Kobe and got a dunk. Like, I'm thinking about all these things in my head. I'm like, so geek. The fourth quarter start.
Wait, you were already celebrating?
Not celebrating.
In your
Just
head, though, you were already like,
in my head,
I've
I'm
got
just
stories
thinking.
to tell.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just thinking, like, gee, how real, like, I was having that out of body experience. Like,
Yes,
gee,
like, let me
this-
appreciate this is amazing.
Like, we in the Garden, they going crazy. I got my player editions on. I just stole that thing from Kobe. Like, you know what I mean? Linsanity was going on. I'm like,
Wait, was
just-
this the Friday night game in the Garden, the Linsanity game?
It might have been.
But the one
No,
that
it wasn't that. I honestly can't.
because Kobe went for 34 that night,
This one I'm explaining.
and he went off in the fourth quarter.
This is what I'm explaining.
Okay.
Fourth quarter starts. And Kobe said, you had a great game.
Perfect distraction.
Don't force that shot to Ryan. Ryan spins and grabs the double team again and scores.
Oh my god.
Said, yo, you had a great game, young fella. But I'm looking like, bro,
There's still another quarter.
I swear I looked at the clock like, but I'm looking like, nigga, it's 12 minutes. What you talking about? Like, what was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't said nothing the whole game. I've been talking shit. I done stole the ball. I'm hyped as hell. It's Kobe Bryant. He ain't said not one word to me. Fella. You know, locked in. The man come down. You remember he came, shot fake, threw it off the glass, caught it, threw it to the corner. I'm like, bro, what you on?
You see this play. Came down, pump fake. Threw it off the backboard, jump, threw it to the corner. Yo, for real? 76-69 Lakers. I mean Knicks right now. 7 minutes to go in the fourth.
Like, bro, you been regular all game. Shot. Get to the spot, shot fake, spin, pivot over here, spin back on the foot, drop it off the glass. I'm like, bro, what's going on?
Okay, let's see. Catches on the right wing. Goes, 2 dribbles. Gets to a spot. Bam.
Then he pulled up from like 35 feet on some Steph Curry shit before Steph was doing that. He pulled up and laced it. I'm like, they called a timeout. Then Tony looking at me. I'm like, bro, I ain't.
Okay, I just pulled this 82-90 Knicks still. 20 seconds left. Kobe pulls up 3. Bam. 85-90.
Like, bro, I guard everything, bro. I ain't. Nah, bro. I guarded the first 2 moves. He ain't supposed to.
Okay, they jump back to a different point of the game.
Andrew still has yet to get down the court. Now he
catches him right way, jab, 1 dribble, pulls up, foul, and 1.
Kobe's got a 3-point opportunity.
That was, what was that guy's name? Last name Walker. What was his first name?
What's his name? Oh, fuck. No, I know who you talking about. Fuck. Is it Brian?
Brian Walker?
Brian Walker?
I can't remember shit.
Frank Walker. Yes, Frank Walker. Number 5, right?
I can't remember what number.
Antoine Walker.
No, not that fool. Not that fool. Not that fool with that bitch ass jump shot. Never played for the Knicks.
But he got a ring in Miami though. Didn't he?
Yeah. Shout out to D Wade.
That's one of my favorite Kobe stories. Is hearing that Shump shit. You know, I didn't listen. To be honest with you, from the way he tells that story, I didn't know I didn't know the Knicks won that game. To be honest with you, I thought the Lakers completed the comeback. Well, as I look at it,
but like I call it, that's Kobe doing work. I said Kobe doing work. Like, come on now. Man. Fuck is we talking about, bro? Like, the offensive game is second to none, and then you think you get it twisted thinking this motherfucker was a straight offensive player.
Oh, yeah.
Go search that motherfucker up on Google and see how many the all-time defensive player of the year teams he's on. Whether it's first, second, or third. Go search that shit up.
Right, but
hey, come on now.
No, we're talking about Kobe, LeBron, and Michael.
You see SB out here trying to play the antagonizer right now. You see that shit?
Oh man,
it's all good. I see the lane. I see the passing lane, J Kid.
I'm more of a white chocolate J Will.
I see the passing lane, Jason Williams. I see the passing lane. I'm right here for the pass, baby. I'm right here for the pass.
I got a quick personal question for the group.
Go ahead.
So the store I work at, they've got I don't know if you like the same in the States. The grocery stores, like there'll be they have like a framed picture at the front of the store where you can donate. Like you put a donation amount in a box, like a silent auction, and whoever has the highest donation for the charity gets to take home the poster. So the last one was a history of like Jordan sneakers.
Oh.
This one that's in there now is LeBron James front and center, and it's a ticket stub from every finals that he's won. So I saw that, I took the poster, turned it around so that nobody could see it.
You know what?
And my boss was like, you gotta turn that back around, man. That's for charity. And I'm like, but I can't allow a LeBron James poster in my store. I run this place.
You know what though?
I love it.
I love it. Fully understand that, and I see
and
moments like this is why SB is my guy.
Oh, but I do it, and I'm petty.
No. SB. No, let me get this man for a second. Let me get this man for a second.
You see?
Let me get this man for a
I'm
second.
telling you, man. This is what
Do
happens when
you
you're a black quarterback.
Do you understand how far and out of your
This man
way?
took a drink from a fan in the front row in a playoff game against my Toronto Raptors and drank it as a joke because they were up 30 clowning us.
Because they were busting that ass. But anyway.
I took liquid LSD from a random stranger while walking downtown. I mean, okay.
But do you understand how far you go out of your way to talk about LeBron James in a negative light?
Oh, I understand it.
You go out of your way. That's why it's like, come on.
I didn't say one negative thing about him today. I didn't say anything that wasn't my truth.
I'm actually disappointed in you I thought we were in solidarity against LeBron. And
Listen, I think LeBron James.
Here's the problem. I'm not a LeBron fan. He put me in a position. You gotta understand this, SB. You gotta understand. That motherfucker know what he's doing. He put me in a predicament
He's stone cold.
where I have to defend LeBron
I got out
James.
of bed at all.
One thing I do agree with T is that LeBron is slowing down, and those injuries are they are becoming more and more as he's getting older. And I mean, that's the thing with Jordan back in the day when Jordan was playing. He didn't have those kind of injuries that LeBron. I mean, he did get injured early in his career. He broke his leg and he was out for a full year. LeBron didn't have those kind of things, and Jordan, he didn't take games off the way these guys are. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with these guys, and they're just like in regular street clothes. So, I mean, I totally
John, I invited you on Podbean, and you still ain't calling.
And my only response is, dog, like, when it comes to the injuries and whatnot, has LeBron James earned the right for us to not question him with these injuries?
I would say 50-50. I see where you're coming from, but I also see
what I'm saying is that
50-50.
I think he's at
Are
the
you
point,
at ass?
What I'm saying is that I think he's at the point now at his
The more
career
questionable
when I
thing is
start to
he's not
question
playing
him.
half the game.
And I think maybe that's okay.
He's
So
until playoff time.
I think maybe that's why he's saying 50-50. I get what you're saying, KJ.
I'm gonna need another drink to deal with y'all niggas
I get what you're saying, KJ, about giving the benefit of the doubt because he's always concerned. He's always come back from this, and he never really shows signs of this. I'm looking at this. I think he's at the point of his career where he no longer we can no longer brush off injuries or he can't brush off injuries. These things are starting to add up.
Until that shit really gets solidified.
I get it. You have to see it fully fall off. Like I'm foreshadowing.
I have to see the full fall off the cliff.
I am foreshadowing a little bit. Like I said, I'm going full facts.
I have to see
I'm
the
not
fall off the cliff.
I'm going full max.
I'm going
full tax. I'm going full tax.
The same way Max Kellerman was predicting Tom Brady to fall off the goddamn cliff. I sat back when he was talking all that nonsense and said, I need to see it. I need to flat out see the fall. Until I see it, shut the fuck up. You sound stupid.
I'm saying though, he's falling though.
Right now, that motherfucker sounds stupid
Well,
when he talks about Brady.
He does.
He sounds stupid.
But currently, right now, LeBron James is falling a little bit. These games are adding
And
up.
right now, listen, do not. I hope for your sake that LeBron James doesn't make you look stupid.
But see, you understand.
I hope. Because if he makes you look stupid, I'm going to be on your head. Like the Energizer Bunny with the damn thing to the drum. I'm going to be on your head.
But you do realize part of growth is changing your opinion with presenting with new information. You can do that. Right now, since LeBron James has been in LA, he's missed a lot of games. He's missed more games than he's missed in his whole entire career.
Oh my God.
He's starting to look injury prone. If he fixes this shit and he does 7 more years, then guess what? Whatever was
You would have to shut the fuck up.
I wouldn't even mention it anymore. It wouldn't even be a problem. Exactly. But for right now, it's a problem. I only can live in the current.
And as of right now, LeBron James has done enough for you not to live in the goddamn current.
But based off his age, not really. Because this is the age where shit like this, when they start to happen, they start to add up.
For one, can you stop looking like you're having a goddamn seizure?
But if you would do the same thing as well.
I'm literally mimicking you and trying to imitate and trying to make fun of you. Because you should see yourself if you do that shit. Come on.
I don't even know why I went into that part.
The only thing missing is you foaming out the goddamn mouth.
I feel you. Like I said, I may be jumping in early, but I'm I'm just going based off the pattern. I'm just going based off the pattern I'm seeing.
NCAA championships, Carmelo Anthony 1, LeBron James 0. I'm just saying.
Because the other one didn't go to the fucking college. Like, come on, son.
What,
Did
was you
it
scared?
or couldn't?
Didn't.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
It's the reach for me, dog.
Yeah.
It's the reach.
He didn't want that Marquette
And like I
smoke
said,
with D-Wade?
If I'm wrong, if he bounces back, he bounces back wrong. But right now, I'm putting it's a pattern. Are you telling me you don't see a pattern?
I get it.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
You do what you gotta do.
Right now, I'm seeing the pattern.
Trust me. Don't get it twisted. I'm not
for
blind.
old people,
I'm not blind.
Like, I get more concerned.
Son, I'm not blind to this shit, son.
If LeBron spent a year at Ohio State, is he Greg Oden?
Cause see, I'm gonna tell you this. You see
I'm
how
not blind.
when people were talking about Stephen Curry in his early part of his career? That's how I sounded. I was like, shut the fuck up. He's too early in his career for me to give a fuck. Like they'll figure out how to tape up these ankles and his greatness will come out and shine. Like I had faith in that.
My shit is sound like. I'm just like, bro. I've seen enough of greatness from this dude. Trust me, to the point where to my chagrin too. When it comes to his greatness, to my chagrin. But it's just like, you know, when I keep seeing them, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to judge you right now. Now, here's the caveat. If his injuries come about during playoff time to keep him out of playoff games, now you got to gripe. Because it's like, whoa, your injuries now kept you out of this big Western Conference semifinal series that held your team from accelerating to the next round to put themselves in a position to get to a championship. Now we can have a conversation in terms of what you're saying. But when we talking about November,
But let me ask you this: you said if it keeps him out, what if his injuries are lingering and it starts to limit his gameplay?
You talking about the ifs right now? I'm going off of what I've seen and how I've seen this man bounce back.
But
and
it's
I'm
not what
like,
you've seen from him recently, though.
Until I see the injuries prohibiting his game, fucking up his game, and fucking him up in terms of playoff success, I'm not going there. It's literally, it's like you talking to a brick wall. I'm not hearing it. I'm not. Because one thing about me, as hard as I can come across on some people, Baker Mayfield, I'm fair-minded as fuck.
I think we're all fair people here.
Boy.
I just like to bring different perspectives.
Anyway, I'm fair-minded as hell. I'm fair-minded as hell, which is why I'm giving LeBron the big pass right now, because when it becomes solidified, if it becomes solidified that these injuries are playing a role, I'm gonna be all on him.
Whoa!
To the point where you guys might have to tell me to chill.
Whoa!
I got a test for bias now, though.
Whoa! SB, what is this I'm seeing here? What list is this? Graded straight out of high school players? What is this?
Now I gotta go on this.
SB, what the whoa!
Put the shit up on the screen. Put the shit on the screen.
I haven't figured out how to do this.
Number 1.
Whoa! Stop at number 5 because it's ridiculous even at 5. But stop at number 5.
Number 5, Tracy McGrady. Number 4, LeBron James.
KJ.
Number 3, Jermaine O'Neal. Number 2, Kevin Garnett.
Don't you say one! I just saw it! Don't say it! Please do not say it with a straight face.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, SB? Are you trying to trigger me?
Are you trying to trigger us right now?
Because I know you're not. You know way too much sports for me to even think you're serious about this list.
Kwame Brown should have been a Hall of Famer if MJ wasn't screaming at him all the time.
Oh my God!
But you said greatest straight out of high school.
I need a re-up.
Wait.
I need a
what
re-up
do we
with the drinks.
Whoa! I'm glitching here. What are we judging this off of?
SB, who was number 5?
Why isn't Kobe on this list?
T-Mac 5?
I
Braun
was trying
4?
to trigger KJ. It worked.
Oh, I'm like, where's Stoudemire?
No. I'm not. Trust me. There are certain lists that is so much bullshit and blasphemy. You can't even waste your energy.
And that's what this is. I'm just gonna go downstairs
I'm
and
the-
pour me up another drink. Cause, oh my God,
I'm the white Skip Bayless.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Skip Bayless Jr. Skip Bayless Jr.
He said I'm the white Skip Bayless.
Bayless
He
Jr.
said-
Lord have mercy.
Water Pistol Pete Jr. Jr.
He said T-Mac 5. Braun 4. Kwame 1.
Jermaine was a bad dude.
Kwame Brown, oh my lord, he's trash.
Kwame Brown.
Have you seen his YouTube?
No, I haven't lately.
I heard about it.
But Kwame Brown is
that's
so
SB.
trash.
You see,
I can't-
SB. You see, that's SB trolling. This is all SB trolling. I can't even take SB
He's
list.
trolling, he's trolling.
I can't even
Good
take
job,
SB
Jason.
list seriously. Congratulations, SB.
See, is this what you be thinking I be trying to do to you?
But you wasted time acknowledging it. That's the problem.
Guys, listen, I didn't want something to talk about. What are we here for?
You wasted time acknowledging it. That's the problem. Had you just shut your damn mouth, not even paid attention to that bullshit list. I mean, shit. People come in there and commenting shit all the time. That should have been commented.
I think
just
I
keep
built up
scrolling.
enough equity where you guys were surprised that I knew as much about the NBA as I did. I just gotta bring it back a little bit so you guys. I feel too respected is the problem.
That's what happened. You wanted to catch some of the heat and slander just a little bit. You wanted to know how it felt to get the venom.
Listen, man. If you wanted to catch the heat and the slander, just take your ass back to the Miami Heat in 2010, 2011. You catch all the slander and smoke. Shit.
Hey, trust me, I know the Heat and this. I've been a Raptors fan since Doug Christie and Damon Stoudemire.
It's a long time
John
ago.
Tabak. That's why I've always loved Steph, because I remember watching his dad play for the Raptors. You remember when Drake wore his dad's jersey to the finals game 1?
Oh, yes. Listen, but you don't know Drake is a half clown, but he be doing some historic shit. See,
He's very good. Sometimes they give him a headset to do the play-by-play below games when he's sitting there. He's very funny.
Yeah, because you know when there's blowout games, they be trying to find anything to fill in content, and that'd be one of the easiest things to do. Oh, let's go on Celebrity Row and see who wants to hop on the mic, who we don't have mine. And then also they got him as an ambassador too, so like that's basically a given. Like, hey, just find Drake. As soon as Drake comes on, that's like basically like free ratings. Like you get everybody glued in.
I think he was stripped of that official position.
Was he? Well,
I
he could be stripped of the official position but still get all the perks. What really matters, right? The title or the perks?
Absolutely, man. He made the Raptors cool.
He did help usher in that wave of Raptors. He really did.
It was Vince first, and then there was a while where nobody, and then Drake.
Yeah. Well, it was Chris Bosh. What are you talking about? It was Vince, Bosh, and then Drake. Vince, Bosh.
Bosh didn't make the Toronto Raptors cool.
He did. Remember, he had all those commercials for the All-Star break.
You remember those, eh? I thought that was only here.
I remember those.
Come on down to Chris Bosh's used auto and vote for me while you're on your way to the All-Star game.
Man. I remember those. Those were hilarious. I think that's the only... What was I? What year was that?
He left in 09, so it was probably 06, 07.
Okay, so I was just out. I think that's the reason why I voted for him maybe that year. Because Chris Bosh, I ain't gonna lie, he used to work his butt off just to try to get that 7th, 8th seed with Toronto back then. And his biggest thing was that they used to try to force him to play center a lot of times. He used to hate playing center. And he always wanted to play more power forward. But, hey, when you're a big man, you're big man. And, hey, and that's kind of the reason why...
We picked up Jermaine. We tried to play them together, and that didn't work.
Yeah. But Jermaine O'Neal got tons of skills at the center position. His footwork is immaculate. He really is skilled. And he has a half decent... I don't know if it's still up in Indiana, but he has a half decent club in Indiana. I remember when it came out, they had canopy beds where you could close the blinds in. And that's all I can say because these calls are being recorded for quality and training purposes.
Did you guys know how good Mo Pete was when he was here? Like, was Morris Peterson?
I remember. I do know the
Talked
name.
about.
I do know the name Mo. Well, I do. But I do know the name Mo Pete, and I do remember his skills. Like, there's not much I remember about Mo Pete, but yeah, I do recognize Mo Pete.
It's sad, but he was like the guy here for a long time. He was like the fan favorite.
I remember him.
Look at Chicago, yo. Chicago is going into Portland whooping that ass currently.
He was looking forward to a Wizards Bulls Eastern Conference final.
Wizards is surprising too, but you know what? I'm not surprised that Spencer Dinwiddie is the best point guard that Bradley Beal has played with from a cohesive standpoint. Because he may be because he may be the best point guard. He may be because he can do everything that those guys can from an assist and point on purpose. He can get as many points as those guys can in any given game. He can penetrate and collapse a defense just as well as those guys can. But he doesn't have any ego. He's just trying to win. Those guys are trying to all kinds of shit. They're trying to win. They're trying to build their brand. They're trying to show that they're the man. All kinds of shit. He's just like, I'm just trying to ball. Like Spencer Dinwiddie.
I'm proud of Kyle Kuzma too.
Kyle Kuzma as well too. Kyle Kuzma's his no-look passes have now become a thing. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but when you guys get a chance, go ahead and Google Kyle Kuzma no-look pass, and it is actually a thing. It is actually something to watch for now in games. Is what Kyle Kuzma's no-look pass is going to look like.
He's the white J. Will.
No, he's way different than that. It's something completely different. Like from the no-look standpoint, he may be the white J. Will, but from the aesthetic point of view of it, is nothing as pretty or looks like nothing like J. Will. It is.
I'm saying because his stock went from high to like all-time low in those Bron years. He was coming off the bench in LA, and now he's actually showing out a little bit.
But you know what though? Kudos to him because he came out and he said that this was going to be his retransformation and is now his coming out, and you're going to see what we get from him, and he is definitely pulling his weight there. He is.
Did you see his tweet the other day?
I did not see his tweet the other day.
There was a screenshot of the Cleveland News. I guess Washington was in town today. It was a Kyle Kuzma interview, and it said, Kyle Kuzma, one-time NBA champion thanks to LeBron James. And Kuzma retweeted it and said, City of Cleveland, I guess we got something in common.
Cleveland is some bitch.
And I did see that. I did hear about that newspaper article. I did. I didn't know that's what he tweeted. I didn't hear about his tweet, but I did hear about that newspaper article. That's you know what?
Cleveland! This is for you!
Listen, man, they've been petty. That's just why they can't get nice things. It's really weird. And their team is actually pretty decent this year, right? Oh wait, are they struggling? Wait, are they top 6 right now? Or are they struggling?
Still middle of the pack.
I can't remember how Cleveland is doing.
I mean, they're playing better. I mean, shit, only up from here type shit.
So is this a crazy week in sports?
This time of the year is crazy. It's crazy week in sports every week.
Like, should we have known?
We got boxing shit. We got basketball. Ooh. We got NFL. We got college shit.
I want
for basketball and college football. Like, come on now.
I want Darren Williams to get rocked so bad. I know I'm wrong for this. I want Darren Williams to get rocked so bad for how bad he played in Brooklyn.
I think I said this before. Remember the CP3 Darren Williams debate? Who's better from a few years ago?
I do, but that debate phased out really quickly.
I don't think that's a debate anymore.
When he got, it stopped being a debate when he got to Brooklyn. To be honest with you.
No, I think he was in Utah. He was in Utah, and Paul was in LA, I think.
Oh, obviously, yeah. When he got to Brooklyn, that debate stopped. Like I know that much, and this is why I want Frank Gore to rock him. But we should have known something was up this week when Miami beat Baltimore, right? We should have We should have had a whiff like that. Something crazy was gonna go on.
Won me some nice
Right.
money. Shout out to the Dolphins.
Because Miami beat
Fucking beat
Baltimore.
down. They
Shout out to
destroyed
the
them. I mean,
Dolphins. They won me some
First
money.
drive.
22-10. Hey,
Listen,
first
man.
drive, they scored that field goal, and then they
Tell
just
Nah.
knocked them up.
tell them my mathematics, KJ.
Listen.
Tell them my mathematics, KJ.
What's it called?
Ron, and Ron, you let me know if you've heard this, cause I know you wager in the art of odds.
It's 7:45 on Thursday night. I'm leaving work, and my group chat full of homies who, like, you know, we talk about what we betting on, blah 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 blah.
Wait, can I pause you for half a second? Sorry, I don't mean to. I mean, we may lose you guys in a couple minutes in case it happens before your story. If that happens, we're just gonna switch right back over and we're gonna get you a new podbean feed to follow. Everybody else
I'm gonna try to be quick because I don't
everybody else
feel
is
like
gonna hear
holding this shit.
is gonna hear a commercial.
Here,
Alright,
stop
sorry.
talking so I can finish. Anyway, so what's it called? One of my boys dropped in the chat, yo, they got the Ravens favored. It said 96% of the people who bet on this game bet on the Ravens to not only win but cover the spread. I saw that. As soon as I saw that, I was immediately on the app putting 300 on the Dolphins to win. Because I'm like, no way on Thursday Night Football are they going to let 96% of people win money. No, not at all.
Vegas is undefeated.
Vegas wins again.
So what was the payout for that one on your three?
Oh, listen, I won me a nice 1,200.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Now, Ron,
on top of my 3 that I already dropped.
how have you heard that philosophy before? Because like, it's not a lot of philosophies that I hear, but there's one thing that I do know is that when you see that much
The
money
games they care about.
going on,
That's the ones to watch.
Going
the
one
games
way?
they care about.
that about if you it's 75% of the times put your money the other way and you'll end up winning.
I've heard it before, but yeah, Vegas, he's right though. Vegas always wins.
SB.
Like that
Plus 330 on the money line.
that Cowboys Chiefs game. Nah,
Well, listen.
I'm gonna keep a close eye on that motherfucker.
So listen, like I said, we knew
Me
something.
too.
We knew something was up. We should have known something was up this week when we saw Miami beating Baltimore. Now, we would get our next what the fuck moment when the Washington team football, aka
The what the fuck
Beat the
team?
Bucks.
aka the Washington whatchamacallit beat Tampa Bay 29-19.
63 to 40.
Pissing off Tom Brady where he didn't even want to fulfill his media obligation. Make it quick. Like, who the fuck you think you talking to? Man, you better be lucky you in Tampa Bay. New York media went and dealt with that shit.
New York media ain't got jack shit.
That Brady
I'm just saying,
Brady did that to
we
get his
would've
team
dealt-
going.
We wouldn't have dealt with it though.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Excuse me, y'all. Let me get on this fool for a second.
What's up?
Because, you know, we're both New Yorkers out here. So wait a minute. You gonna tell me that the media was gonna give the greatest quarterback of all time, whose team just fell to 6-3, when neither team has had jack shit to celebrate for? It'll give him a hard time. It'll give him a hard time. And answer it the way I think you're gonna answer it. Answer it. Answer it right now.
He couldn't
Not for
try
the
that
media, for his own team.
He couldn't try that
I
shit
don't
on the
believe
Giants.
this,
He couldn't do what?
but conspiracy on
the
Twitter.
Giants.
He couldn't do
He
what?
couldn't try that shit on the Giants.
What about the Jets?
It's a possibility.
Listen, he couldn't do that shit on either team. And if you say anything otherwise, you are the reason why both of those teams, people like you, are the reason why both of those teams fucking stink. Fucking stink.
Why is it I'm the reason?
I said people like you.
He couldn't do that
New
shit.
New York fans like you
The New
are the
York-
reason why the Jets and the Giants fucking. For one, first of all, the first red flag is these motherfuckers is Jersey. Take the New York label
What
off.
do you mean, you people?
Stop clowning New York by claiming New York when you play in Jersey. That's step number one.
It's real estate.
I don't give a fuck.
And
I don't give a fuck.
That is weird.
You both play in Jersey in the same goddamn stadium, but you want to claim New York.
They do gotta
fuck
move,
out of here.
They gotta move
Don't
to the
claim New York when you sticking up the joint like that.
They do gotta move
week
to the
after
city.
week after week after week after year after year after year.
Where can they move to? But they do
I
gotta
can
move
see
to
the
city.
Statue of Liberty from my backyard.
Take
so
your ass to New Hampshire with that bullshit. Rhode Island. The Rhode Island Jets.
Alright, so we just lost them, it looks like. We're gonna play a quick commercial, we're gonna come right back.
Sick of them motherfuckers, man.
Oh shit, I did not load up a commercial for them. What the fuck was I doing with my goddamn time? Don't worry, we're not gonna spend too much time. I think we only got about 15 minutes left in this podcast. I'm not gonna be sitting here much longer. Alright, so we're about to be getting them back. So Tampa Bay lost to Washington. Now that wasn't the only one. Cause
at this point, every week a top team is losing to a team they have no business losing to.
And if it wasn't for Detroit basketball, I wouldn't even know what a tie was. Or wait, that was Detroit basketball, right? No, Detroit football. Basically, I sound just as confused as the players on the court, on the field there, because again, another year goes by, and we hear somebody saying, "Hey, I didn't know football games could end in ties." Now, I'm gonna ask you a serious question, KJ. I'm not trying to bait you or lead you down any kind of path. See, and the fact that I say that, you think that
Y'all know better. Y'all know better than
are there
that.
ties in college football?
No.
There aren't?
No.
You see, play till somebody's a winner?
Play till somebody's a winner.
Oh, okay. That's my question. Because it always made me, because that was the only thing that would make sense to me on why there would be a player every single year that I'd be like, I didn't know games could be in tie, because from what they're used to coming from. And if they're used to coming from a system that didn't have ties, and we do know that there's always a slew of players that also say that they don't really watch like football or whatever. They just play whatever the fuck they play. Mm-hmm. So if you only know the rules for what you play and how you need to play, then you may not even realize something little minuscule like that. You can overlook it and be like, you know what? I didn't know NFL games had ties.
I still believe that's completely ignorant. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, dog. Like, the sport that you love, the sports that you play, you telling me that you didn't know the NFL didn't have ties? Like, fuck out of
Do you remember one of my favorite, funniest quotes of all time, Donovan McNabb?
Oh, with his tie, I forgot exactly what he said, but I know it's one you're talking about.
That
He
was
goes,
that
I
too,
didn't
right?
realize games could end in ties in the NFL. I'd hate to see what they would do in the playoffs or the Super Bowl.
Like, what the fuck?
And we all know what happens in the playoffs and Super Bowls. They play till the game ends. Duh.
Oh my god.
Donovan did not, apparently.
They have a kickoff where everybody kicks from the 50-yard line.
That's my quarterback.
And then we also had the Belichick.
I fucked that joke up. That was Romo. My bad.
Right, so we also had the Belichick mate to the cream-filled pastry chef, Baker Mayfield.
Boy.
He came in there like the big bad wolf. He huffed and he puffed and he blew that whole entire house down. Talking about we're having people over for company. Let me show you this. Let me lock up properly.
I told you this the other day. Cleveland Browns had all these players out. They just got rid of Odell. They got running backs hurt in COVID or whatever the fuck the case may be. So it's like, okay, let's put the ball in Baker Mayfield's hands. Let's see what he can do. Go Baker, go out there and win this game for us. Everything that I just said is the same thing Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots were saying. We know you don't have this.
I'm so bothered as a Bills fan that team tortured us for 2 decades with Tom Brady. And then he left and we thought it was our time. And now they're going to beat us in the playoffs.
You motherfuckers better hurry up and seize your moment. ASAP.
Because what did we say last time on the podcast? We are witnessing again how to build a quarterback 101 all over.
If you, SB, I'm telling you right now, and hear me loud and clearly. If you don't get it done this year, forget about it.
Well,
Forget about it. If you don't get it done this year, because, dude, it only goes with that team and from what they have from the court. It only goes up from here. It only goes up. It only goes up. For little by little, the weapons slowly upgrade to higher caliber weapons to where now, all of a sudden, in about 4 years from now, they'll steal another top tier weapon who people thought was washed for a low ass pick, and then it's 2007 all over again.
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm just sad looking at Mac Jones being like, look, now we have the quarterback that's an MVP candidate, and now Mac Jones looks like he's the second coming of Tom Brady.
So,
before you know it, you thought Josh Allen was taking over the division. It was about to be his shit and all these MVPs and whatnot. And then you see what's
First
going
I thought
on.
Josh Allen, then I thought Mike White.
So
now I think Mac Jones.
you know what I hate you. So, do you guys want the good news or the bad news about New England Patriots? From my perspective, in a weird way.
Whatever. I don't know what bad news you could even bring up about them right now.
No. Well, the good news for everybody else in the division. Everybody in the well, there's bad news for them. Right? So it depends on how you look at it, right? There's good news and there's bad news for them, and then there's good news or bad news for everybody else.
Give all four. Give all four.
No.
Please.
No. It all depends on perspective.
It
all depends. If you're looking at them, if you're looking at it from their perspective, your good news is everybody else's bad news, and your bad news is everybody else's good news. If you're everybody else in the league, they're good. So you understand? So which perspective do you?
Because it's like right now.
So
in the AFC, who's really set themselves apart?
So
from them.
So I'm gonna give it to you guys.
Apart?
So you guys obviously can't get it from the New England Patriots point of view because you guys are New England Patriots fans.
Hell no.
So I'm gonna give it to you from the Pittsburgh point of view, from the Bills point of view, from the Jets point of view. So which one do you?
Giants point of view.
I'm talking about them two.
You're a Giants fan.
Giants point
You're
of view.
a Giants fan.
Listen.
You disown the Jets at the beginning of the year, and from what the Jets have shown you, what the fuck would make you want to jump back on that bandwagon right now?
You didn't listen to the stuff in the beginning of the podcast. That's the reason why I haven't revisited this yet. Back with you.
It's alright. Just B. Don't get it twisted. You was talking that shit. I recorded it on my phone when you was saying how you was disowning the Jets and taking the Giants.
I did. We discussed this. I don't want to go back down that rabbit hole yet.
It's
right?
okay. You're a Giants fan.
I got you.
You're a Giants fan.
Okay.
Just
And
as
Giants,
long as you know. Just as long as you know. You're a Giants fan.
From the perspective of all those teams, because I also want to say also from Dolphins fans too. So I want to include their division. So which one do you want? Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Just go ahead. Go ahead. Talk, B. Talk.
I know. So which one do you want first?
B. I'm sipping. You think I give a damn right now? I'm sipping. Just talk. Shit.
SB, which one would you like first? The good news or the bad news?
Patriots are good news for me.
Okay, so you want the good news. Okay, so looking from your perspective, you want the good news. The good news is this is probably only going to last like 10 years. Because I don't know how much longer Bill Belichick has left. You don't have to worry about being 20 years because I don't think he has 20 years left down the road. So it may only be 10 years of this. But it's going to be 10 years.
But these 10 years going to hurt.
So that's the good news. Now the bad news is they're gonna get a ring before he resigns his major contract. Cause they're gonna take advantage of him being on his rookie contract. So if you don't take advantage of it now, these next 3 to 4 years is when he gets his ring. Because if he doesn't get hit now, he don't get it.
Period.
How we look at it by philosophy. If he really doesn't get it in the first 4 years, he's probably not gonna get it with this quarterback.
We all know the one caveat.
Because
bad news
it's gonna
the one caveat. Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Because it's gonna take
Vegas is the caveat.
Vegas
is. You're not telling me. You're not telling me now. Now the fact that I bet on this shit, you are not telling me Vegas did not have a role in
And this is even more wider reason, even now, that I'm even more disgusted with Atlanta.
So remember,
you're not telling me Vegas ain't have no role in that Super Bowl. You're not telling me. You tell me that, I'm going to backhand you. Straight up.
we all know what happened. We all
They
know.
didn't want the black culture to be... They didn't want no prosperity for the black culture. They didn't want it. They knew we would have been acting like some niggas all offseason, and you goddamn
rich,
right.
biatch.
You
They
goddamn
Dave
right.
Chappelle show when they got their
Had the,
reparations.
listen, with that
Tony Dungy.
listen, that
Tony
day,
Dungy, Levy Smith Super Bowl.
if
They were punching air. That didn't
if
know
you
we
were
were
if you were a minority who was not a Patriots fan, you were a goddamn Falcons fan that day. You were, and the NFL knew it. The NFL knew that if the Falcons win, we was gonna be acting like some niggas. And you goddamn right, NFL, we would have been acting like some goddamn niggas. So you put that call in when it was 28-3. You put that call in. Put that call. It's okay. It's all good. You got it. You got it. You got it. It's all good. It's just that we know now. We know how to steal money from you motherfuckers now.
So can I tell you this? The way I feel about it with the Bill Belichick thing, that I feel like they get a ring with Mac Jones within the first 4 years. If they don't win within the first 4 years, they don't win within 10 years with him. But if they win within the first 4 years with him, they get 2 rings out of him in 10 years. Because once you win once, you convince enough people to come back, whatever, and sacrifice somewhere.
Here's the real caveat. Here's the real caveat.
I'm not willing to say more than 2.
No. Here's the
Okay,
thing.
I almost glitch again.
No.
I was glitch.
B, trust me, I'm not there. And
My
let
blood pressure
me
going up.
let me tell you why I'm not there.
Mabel.
B, let me.
Olive.
Let me tell you why I'm not there. Let me tell you why I'm not there. Do you expect Mac Jones to be taking pay cuts like Tom Brady was?
Yes, only because he saw Tom Brady do it,
too.
and he would think if they win one. If they don't win one, then no, I don't see it happening. That's the only caveat. If they win one in the first 4 years, I see him possibly taking a pay cut because he's gonna go for the whole. He's gonna fully buy in to the formula that got Tom Brady 6. I think I feel that makes it stronger. I don't. I feel like that's if he wins one, I think it makes it stronger.
Because, like I said, it took 20 plus years for Bill Belichick to spend the type of money that he spent in free agency. So when I'm up for my money, if I'm Mac Jones, I wait till the absolute last second to sign because I want to see what you're gonna do. What are you going to do in that off season when I'm up for that big money to show me that you're really invested in us trying to proceed with these Super Bowls?
Or they're gonna find creative ways to do his contract.
if you're not showing me reasons like that, give me the bag. I want the whole bag. Because if you think I'm gonna be stuck in here, because at the end of the day, what do we attach wins and losses to besides the NFL teams? Coach and quarterback. We don't go out here and say, Mike Evans is 6-3. We don't go out here and say, Amari Cooper is 7-2.
No, it's the quarterback.
Exactly, coaching the quarterback.
Here's the real caveat, though.
So he's the one that has to take the sacrifice. He's the real one.
What I'm saying is, if you want me to go out there and take the sacrifice, whether we up or not, you're gonna come up off that bad. You're gonna come up.
Tom could do it because his wife's not worth a massive. So
Exactly. When I got a wife that making all that money, what the fuck do I need to hold the team hostage for all that type of money?
Mac Jones married Ariana Grande in 10 years.
Okay, Ariana Grande. Come on, son. Mac Jones don't have no Giselle. The fuck?
We did Tom Brady would have a Giselle.
But he did. And because he did, he didn't have to hold them niggas hostage on all that money.
And you never know. He may look at it and be like, okay, while he may have had those stipulations to do it, he still did it, and this is what made him successful. You never know. He may buy in fully.
Do you understand quarterbacks right now who are getting paid like $40 million a year? Understand that.
And when he comes up for his bag, he can get paid $40 million and still not have to hold the team hostage. Because by the time he's gonna be up for bags, like if he plays like he's supposed to play, he's probably gonna be worth 50. Talking about 34.
See, I don't know because I'm not as smart in the financials of the NFL, but I know next year Josh Allen starts getting
He
paid.
can't even ask for 40. Is what I'm saying. For the type of team success that he would want to have, he can't even go in there and ask for 40.
If top guys are making 50, if guys like him are making 50, 52, getting 40 wouldn't help his team. That's a pay cut.
You said 50, 52, something like that, and he's getting 40.
Yeah.
12 mil. The fuck you want to really do with 12 mil?
I don't know.
Come on now.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm
just trying to figure out where he's gonna get.
Hunter Henry.
No.
Cause that's the kind of pay cut I'm thinking about taking.
Matt. Exactly.
So no.
See, you got the same mentality. You got the same mentality. That's the type of pay cut you're thinking. 12 mil. 12 mil don't mean jack shit.
So what kind of pay cuts was Tom Brady taking?
Oh, come on, man. He was taking the type of pay cuts that would allow them to make full entire roster changes, and they didn't take advantage of that.
He wasn't taking minimum salaries.
He wasn't taking minimum, but the type of money that quarterbacks was getting. We had quarterbacks who was getting paid 29 over 30 mil, and Brady was still taking $14-15 million.
Okay, so he's taking half.
Brady was taking middle of the pack quarterback type money from them niggas to allow them to upgrade the
okay,
roster.
So let's put this in context then.
I just Googled this. I don't know how it works. 2019, Patriots took his $14 million salary, turned it into 1.75, converted it into a signing bonus of $20 million that they could divvy up into 3 years over the next 3 years.
So they found creative ways to do a salary. That's possible. I did say that as well.
Listen to what you just said. Found creative ways for a guy who's brought you 6 rings. Come on now. Come on now.
But I'm not talking about Tom Brady though. We're not talking about Tom Brady though.
But in 2019, we already still had quarterbacks over $30-35 million.
Hold on. Let's not too heavy focus on Tom Brady. We're just hypothetical about Mac Jones. let's not.
Then blame SB for that, because SB's the one who just brought up that stat.
No. Because we're trying to find comparables. We're trying to find comparables. Like don't get back up on the Tom Brady scale too much. We're trying to find comparables for the Mac Jones. Because I'm trying to figure out now.
Basically trying to let you know.
We're talking about 26 mil if they're making 52.
Motherfuckers are not stupid. Motherfuckers know how the Patriots did Brady. And it's like, if the Patriots will do Brady like that, what the fuck makes you think they won't do me like that?
So let me ask you this. Okay, because when a while ago...
So why am I going to take pay cuts for you?
Okay, so without the pay cuts, because while you found it offensive to find creative ways to have to do it for Tom Brady, would it be offensive to find creative ways to do it for Mac Jones? Your rookie, basically your quarterback that's on his rookie scale, so that you find creative. I'm asking to.
That was a mutual agreement. Mutual agreement based on the terms that you would take the money that I don't take to upgrade the roster. That's what that was. Please do not get this shit twisted thinking that Brady just willingly took that money like that. Do not get that twisted.
No, but they said that, if I heard SB right, is that they reduced his salary to like $1 million, but they found a way to give him $29 million as a bonus in some way. You know what I mean? So that they can
buy. They made a signing bonus so they can spread it out.
Yes, but also it was a way to bypass the salary cap so that they can possibly make moves. So that's what I'm saying. If they go to Mac Jones and say, hey, we're gonna find creative ways to do this and still find a way to give you your bag, I guess in a weird way. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure it. I'm trying to find ways on the map.
Like I said,
I'm not trying to focus too much on Tom Brady. It's about
Brady already laid. We've already seen the blueprint from Brady, and Mac Jones. He's a mental type dude and whatnot. You think Mac not gonna find a way to get in contact with the GOAT in terms of what he should do?
When Tom Brady says, hey, take the pay cut because it's going to be in your benefit.
Take the pay cut.
Or find the creative way.
Or Brady's going to tell that man to take the pay cut knowing how Brady's shit ended up.
or
Brady shit ended up with him on another goddamn team.
Or find the creative, or help them find a creative way to pay you, but still fill out the thing. I don't know.
What I'm trying to tell you is, Brady took all these pay cuts, all this shit that you and SB are talking about, and you saw the product of what was on the field offensively for his last year.
Yeah.
Come on now. You can, and that's not the first year he's done it. That's the problem. That's the problem, motherfuckers get this shit twisted. That's not the first year he's done it.
Because what did they spend all that money on all those years? Gronk?
Come on now.
And Aaron Hernandez? Or Aaron Hernandez?
2019 was not the first year that Brady's took that significant amount of a pay. Brady's been doing this shit since 2014.
So who did they get?
The Super Bowl they beat Seattle is when Brady was cutting them checks like that.
Corey Dillon? Who did they give these money to? Randy Moss?
Like, come on, man.
Who were they paying?
Come on.
Wait, no, seriously, who were they paying?
I have no clue. I really don't, son.
Because
don't.
Not just saying it, we hear what they technically did, but
all I know is
where the fuck did it go? I mean, it's like you bought groceries and then you come back and you got an empty fridge.
Is Brady has been cutting half of his check, close to it, since the Super Bowl that they beat Seattle. Since the Super Bowl they beat goddamn Seattle and Legion of Boom, Brady had been cutting his money. So these niggas could keep building formidable rosters around him. And on that note, I'm about to head off. Because, you know what?
So,
Chat the
Green Bay.
quarterback.
No. So, listen, we'll move on because I know, listen, I'm not. I don't think so. This is I don't even know if I can disagree with you or what you're saying or anything that you're saying because like I said, it was a big hypothetical. I really it's just a weird way of just emphasizing how great New England has been ran or find a way to be run while not paying Tom Brady and Tom Brady still being great. It's weird. It's weird how that still managed to happen.
It's easier for Tom to do what he did knowing he had the wife that was making the type of income that she had. It's not like every married couple is cool doing that. There are a lot of men who feel like they need to make sure that they're making more money than their wives.
But how many people wives are fucking international
There's a
supermodels?
lot of men in this world that no matter what their wife is doing needs to make sure that they're making more money than their wives.
Well, they're petty men.
They're petty men. Tom Brady's clearly not one of those petty men. Or, if anything, and here's probably where it was easier for him to do so. All them little side deals, endorsements. Speaking of endorsements, it's funny how I see Tom Brady's face more and more after he left New England.
That is
on television.
True. That is really
Subway,
true.
Ashton Martin.
I'm Tom Brady for Botox.
No, because you know what? All of his commercials were all like international commercials. It's like you said. It was like I don't want to say golf. But it was almost like watches and like weird colognes out and stuff that was only being seen like overseas. They see a lot of him. You see a lot more out of him over there than we see here. Just like we didn't see a lot
Thinking
of
about facelift, go see Dr. Martin in Tampa Bay, Florida.
Just like we didn't see a lot of Russ this week. Was that just Rust? Was that Rust for Russ?
Well, Russell Wilson has never played well in Green Bay. Never.
Shut up though.
Think back. B. What's it called? They had a game in like I think the year that Aaron Rodgers and them ran the table, fucked up the Cowboy season in 2016. Where
you want to know some funny guys?
Where they beat Seattle 34-3.
The last game Seattle won.
Russ had 5 interceptions.
So this wasn't Rust. This was just Russ in Green Bay.
This is how it goes down when Seattle goes to Green Bay.
I hate to see that shit.
Listen. I woke up that morning. I saw the pictures about it snowing in Lambeau. I saw that shit. I said, "Oh, betting time!
You know what?
Green Bay,
I
a lock."
Down somewhere. I was like, "Was that snow? I saw it in Green Bay. It definitely was."
I saw that shit, and I said, "Russ coming back off the finger and whatnot. They don't have success in Green Bay. and it's snowing.
You know, that shit
I
was
said
sitting here
Green
the whole
Bay a lot. I put them immediately in my afternoon parlay.
You know, that shit was stinging and throbbing.
Seattle has a long ass losing streak at Lambeau. The
They-
first game of that losing streak was that playoff game where Hasselbeck won the coin toss and went, "We want the ball. We're going to score."
He cursed them.
They've never
He
won a
cursed-
game
He
in Lambeau
cursed them
since
that
then.
day. He cursed them that day. He cursed them that day. That's why Seattle can't get no prosperity. To this day, if I see Seattle going to Green Bay, I'm betting the Packers.
That
Until
was
I'm
like
proven
13,
wrong.
14 years ago.
Until exactly.
Can I bet that on that app yet? I just gotta get. How do I even get the app? Tell me this. How do I get that app? I tried looking. You gotta show me what it looks like.
Okay.
Since you can't invite me to it, you have to show me what it looks like or something. 'Cause I tried looking for it. I didn't know what the fuck I was
Well,
looking for.
because now the kicker is there were too many people who were winning off the app, so they try to put their little limitations on the shit now. But you get the app, you gotta go, whether you have iPhone or whatnot. When you go on your app whatever the app that you use to download, whether it's App Store or Android Play, whatever the shit is, you search Hard Rock. This is for my people in Florida. You people out of town, chances are you listen to shit, you don't have to worry about this because FanDuel and PointsBet is taking care of you, and you just probably laughing at at the fact that we have to do this down here. BS, it's the way it is with how much money that for. Don't even get me started with that shit. But anyway.
Oh, shit. Okay, I think I can fuck with it. I think I can fuck with it.
This nigga. But anyway, the app is called Hard Rock Sportsbook.
Hard Rock Sportsbook.
Hard Rock
Let's see what
Sportsbook.
it looks like. Okay. Damn. Okay.
Literally, Hard Rock Sport. It says open on my shit because it's already there, locked in, loaded, ready to go. So you get on there. It's funny. Their very first week, you could just use your regular debit card to put the shit in. But the problem is, so many people was smacking their ass and winning off them that they took that option off. So as of right now, if you wanted to play with them, you'd have to put your whole bank account on there, your account and routing number on there, or you could hook up with them with PayPal and Venmo. Just to let you know, PayPal is no good with them niggas. Just to let you know.
Well, some people are experiencing some issues with PayPal.
Some people will experience some issues with PayPal.
Okay. So possibly some of you, just let you know, if you run into some issues, if you use PayPal, you may run into some issues there and there. Don't be surprised. Like, that may happen.
Same thing with Venmo.
Yeah.
That's the only other option.
But it has to. If they have it, it means it has to work. So
has-
don't let it deter
has to
you.
work.
Don't let it deter you.
Try. Keep trying. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again.
That's but actionnetwork.com is a good site.
See, here's the problem. We probably don't have that website out here in Florida.
Yeah. So though, that's a good site for Canada. So what site was that for people in Canada? SB.
I'm sure you guys must have it too.
What do you have? Talk to me. What was it? What was that site again, though?
SB?
Actionnetwork.com.
Actionnetwork.com.
Action Network.
I don't know. That's actually.
I haven't heard of that one. I've been in this shit for about 3
But
years now.
If you're saying that it's a good betting site, then I'm
I'm
gonna
jizz on spreads, money lines, totals.
Can you bet on it?
Like, I'm talking just regularly come on there, drop my card on there, and just...
Let's pull that up. You said actionspread.com?
Action Network. It's not a sports book. It's got the percentages of where the money is.
Ah.
Oh yeah, I got another website like that. Oh great, cool. I just have another website like that. The website I have is Oddshark.
Ah, okay. I see Action Network and you have Oddshark. Okay. Oh my God, isn't there? Who's that guy? The Wiz? Some dude, the Wiz. I think I know somebody that works for the Wiz. The betting Wiz, the sports Wiz. What's the name? You know what I'm talking about?
The Wiz.
He's famous in the bet.
Kind of a degenerate gambler.
Mozzie?
Huh?
Mozzie?
He's big in the sports gambling world.
The only number one person that I know is big on the sports betting world and wins is Mozzie vs Sports Betting King. That's it. Shout out to Mozzie. This motherfucker.
Dave Pockey's pretty good.
This motherfucker drops 100K a game.
But who's the guy that also goes on all of the sports networks, on all the sports radio shows from here, basically coast to coast, and gives his numbers, his spreads, and betting odds, and makes money off of it because of how they win? That's the Wiz or some shit. I think his name is.
Whatever his name is.
And you said you go to Odd Junkie?
Odds Shark.
Odds.
Odd Junkie. Come on,
Sorry.
man. You make me sound like I need to go to
$4
the AA.
on the Packers.
You make me sound like I gotta go to the AA meeting.
My bad.
Come on, man.
Listen. Now, well, nobody likes to see Russell in Green Bay. Apparently, we're gonna end the show with something that we actually love to see. And we brought this up slightly last week.
Give me about a couple more minutes. Please, thank you.
We're gonna end the show with this, though.
Come on, man. You have the gift of gab. You a New Yorker. You just randomly love to talk shit. You can hold it down for 2 minutes.
Okay. Apparently, KJ needs 2 more minutes before we get to something that we really enjoyed seeing this week. Because it was a crazy week all around. As we do a quick run through, like I said, Miami beat Baltimore, and I have been one of those guys all season that have said, you know what, I refuse to bet against Baltimore. And if I have to go down during the regular season, and if I have to go down on that sword during the regular season and lose in a random Miami game, then I guess it happens. But I wasn't gonna pick Miami over Baltimore. Like, I'm sorry, the only people that were really picking Miami over Baltimore were Miami Dolphin fans and people that gamble.
I had written my NFL recaps. I don't know if you've seen. I had written something like, "The Dolphins shocked the Ravens on Thursday Night Football, but even a broken clock is right 2 times a day."
I like that. That is facts. Yeah, I like that. And then, like I said, even the Washington team football, with them beating Tom Brady, that makes you go look at them and say, "What the fuck?" As Washington always makes you look and say to them, "What the fuck?" But remember, at the beginning of the season, we thought Washington was a pretty decent team, didn't we? We thought they had a decent defense. We thought they had a way to punch their way into postseason play. And then we quickly all forgot about that. And then they found a way to beat Tampa Bay. And nobody talks about how they thought they were good this season. It's just a big old what the fuck moment. Because that's what Washington team football is. It's just one big what the fuck moment.
Trust me, that game was... honestly, if the Bucs defense just found a way to get one stop in that 10-minute-and-a-half drive, Brady goes right back down the field for one of his classic fourth quarter comebacks. But unfortunately, the Buccaneers defense couldn't come through.
I had written like, Washington football team didn't have Chase Young. They still managed to beat Tom Brady and the Bucs. Speaking of Chase Young, Tom Brady had to chase his young son down after the game for a kiss on the lips.
That sounds so inappropriate. That sounds so inappropriate. Had to chase his young son down for a
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
And we even gonna talk about everybody in D-Town not knowing how to tie a tie. No double Windsor here.
I like that.
Listen, they're not getting no excuse from me. I don't get it because I told her. Go
ahead, SB. Drop your.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as he's done talking, drop your. Yeah, talk, SB. Just hop in with it when he's.
Sorry, because I just off the top of the head, I was going to say, like, even if the Lions go undefeated the rest of the year, they can't do better than a tie, whether he wins or not. Because it'd be 8-8-1.
Yeah, I don't cut those motherfuckers.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, SB. You've done better than that one.
He did say off the top of the head. Like normally the ones he gives us, he writes. He takes time. He writes down. He erases. He comes back. Like he runs. He calls his home, be like, "Ayo, listen to this." He calls his girl, be like, "Ayo." He talks to his cat. He be like, "Ayo, how did this file?" You know, "Hey, okay," you know, like it happened. You know, creative process.
But you know me. I'm Simon Cowell, son. That time, I'm like, hey, listen, man, like, no, because I care. If I didn't care, I wouldn't have said jack shit. You know that.
Called my high school teacher. I'm like, what do you think about Josh Allen having the best game of his life, but it being the wrong one?
I'm grading papers. How do you get my number? It's 2:00 in the morning.
Like, you failed English class. Why are you?
I do know one thing. There are two quarterbacks that need to have the game of their lives this weekend. They just happen to be playing each other. Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes.
Both of them need it.
They need it badly. Listen, this is a game where I need to see both offenses just light it up. Light it up.
And can we still talk about what was really, from the moment we saw it, from the moment we heard it, the
love to see it segment of the week. Give me that shit. Love to see it. Love to see it.
The love to see it segment of the week goes to the de-breasting of the Arizona Cardinals as Superman comes through and laser eyes those motherfuckers like the bad boy that he is, and lets the world know that
that was beautiful.
Yo,
that was beautiful.
I ain't gonna lie. When I'm gonna tell people this. I wasn't the person that shed that almost shed a tear when Simba's father was set up by his uncle, right? When Cam Newton, I also wasn't the guy that almost shed a tear in Toy Story when they almost got burnt up. That wasn't me.
I'm glad Chill Will's not here, because I ain't gonna lie. Chill Will, if you started talking anything negative about this,
but
you have to get muted. Mute.
When Cam Newton yelled,
son.
took off this helmet and yelled and told the world, I got goosebumps. And a little lump formed in my throat, and my eyes got watery. And I was happy. I was smiling from ear to ear, and I was like, yo, I already know what my
love to see it segment of the week. Give me that shit. Love to see it. Love to see it.
was going to be.
What I hate to see, Sam Darnold.
Woo! And he did it against Arizona Cardinals. That's what even made it crazier. To go with the theme of the crazy week.
Sam Darnold? I don't know about you no more, Papa.
Sam Darnold's a rap for him. I ain't gonna say so. I can't say it's a rap for him. Because if Josh Rosen still has a job in the NFL, what?
You know what I mean when I say it's a rap.
In Carolina. It's a starting quarterback?
Yes.
Well, okay, yeah. As a starting
That's
quarterback.
a rap.
You don't think he gets one more chance somewhere?
No.
I think he does.
Where?
I don't know.
Where?
I don't know where, and I don't know when.
Where?
At
this point right now. Listen to me. Listen to me. The only place that I think he can go and resurrect whatever the fuck is left in his career is low key in the division. New Orleans. Oh, hey, don't follow me, man.
It just unclicked itself. Went to lounge mode.
In New Orleans. That's it.
Interesting. Okay, you talking about this year?
No. Come on, next year. Because they've already said Cam is up to compete for the starting job 2022. The fact that was even announced already set Sam Darnold back.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't even care. As long you know already what I said. As long as Matt Ryan got a job in Atlanta, Cam needs a job. Listen, you don't fire him again before Matt Ryan. The day Matt Ryan gets fired, you could go to Cam the very next day and be like, you know what, Cam, we love you, but we have to go in a different direction. You don't have a backup quarterback. It's okay.
you know we on the same page with that shit.
That was for Sam Darnold,
especially after what Matt Ryan did in Dallas.
That was for
9 of 21 for 111 yards and 3 interceptions. Boy, stop.
Now,
Shout out to Big Boy from Outkast.
now, as far as Sam Darnold, I don't know when, but okay, let me ask you this: where was he drafted? It was like third, right?
2 or 3 to
Okay.
the New York Jets.
Now, that's the only reason why I think that he gets only because you know how the NFL is with giving people like especially people like him mundane chances, right? So somebody will give him a shot somewhere because they'll
it has to be the perfect fit.
because they'll say, oh, he was a number 3 pick, he was a first round number 3 pick, la 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 la. Maybe he'll go somewhere as like a backup
That's
or maybe,
why
but
said-
I don't know, like
that's
I don't
why
know.
I said New Orleans.
Yeah,
That's
it'd
why I
be
said New
weird.
Orleans. Because my dog Sean Payton has these niggas at a 5-3, 5-4 record with Jameis Winston. No disrespect, we love Jameis Winston here, but the sporadic up and down shit, and now they got Trevor Simmon up in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a spot. Daniel Jones, we don't know what the fuck is gonna go down over there. You will laugh at this. Even Washington. I think Washington would rather go into a season with Taylor Heineke than Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Oh, you know, yeah.
That tells you what you need to know.
And
At least Heineke's played a playoff game.
Oh! Played
so,
good in a playoff game at that.
As far as we're concerned then about Sam Darnold and his career,
Sorry, B. I tried. Honest.
That part.
All the bandwidth in the world couldn't
Today's
keep
Wednesday.
me contained.
tomorrow we got what?
No lag.
New England and Atlanta?
Gonna
You
share
already
my
know.
talents with
You already
podbean
know.
live.
Come on now. Don't even waste my time.
None of us are going to use that.
Don't even waste my
But
time.
I'm assuming
asking
we're all
you.
picking
Come on
New
now.
England?
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Even though with the Thursday Night Football, you know, Vegas will probably find a way for Atlanta to win a goddamn game, but I'm still not doing it. I'm not picking Atlanta to win that game. No. You know my stance.
Improved my team.
Pat Ryan still playing quarterback for the Falcons? You know the vibes.
Party down now.
Not gonna be able to do it.
Last call for drinks. Bars closing. Sun's out. Heard the casino got a buffet breakfast. Don't want to go far. Wild night. Tired, B. Tired.
Hungry. Shit, fuck tired.
MyT!
I need to go to Taco Bell.
Sports.
For that new burrito shit that they got over there.
That new burrito shit that they got over there.
What's that bitch called? I don't know why they sent it over to me. Grilled cheese burrito. Shake ass.
Oh, okay. Shit.
I need to pull up on a Taco Bell.
I can't use that color. She'll kill me. Okay, we're out of here. Let me end everything. SB, Ronnie, appreciate you guys popping through. As always, all love. You guys even still there? I get rid of you guys.
Yeah, man. See you, brother.
Oh, okay. You guys still there. All right, B. Y'all take it easy.